Alright, testing, 1, 2, testing. My brain isn't working. This screen, this one, yes, this one, this screen. Turn music off. There we go. I'm professional. Don't you worry. I'm a professional streamer. I'm so professional. Yeah, I mean, we can finish our brain. I would hope not. But maybe he's still lingering around. Some after effects of the last trial. Okay, bleh. Game. A game. We're playing more. I forgot. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I had to look at Steam and be like, what game am I playing again? Let's see. Okay. Get that up and then go to this one. Yay! I did it. I'm so smart. Big brains. I got such good big brain. Good big brain. Yes. Yeah. Anyway. Anyway, we found out Kazuma is alive, which is crazy. And he lost his memory, and he was working as, oh my gosh, I forgot everything. The prosecutor's assistant, apprentice. If he has amnesia, is he truly alive though? I don't know. Maybe not. I think he remembered everything because he saw the wax figure of his father and found out that his father was the serial killer, the professor. And then he just fucked off. Kazuma's like, okay, I got my memories back. I remember what I'm doing. Yeah, his dad was kind of a dick. He kind of was. And we also know during that time, he murdered aristocrats and royals. We don't know why he decided to do that. That's still kind of a mystery. That's a good question. We don't really know how he killed, what his modus operandi, I guess, is what the causes of death were for the individuals. Minecraft. Yeah. You know, he murdered some people, including the older brother of the said prosecutor, Lord Van Zeeks. That's his name. I remembered his name. Sorry, my brain is restarting today because I didn't have my my ADHD meds for 3 days, which was just really not fun. So I finally got my meds today, and my brain is just rebooting. Right? His tradition. Yeah. Don't know. I'm very curious what the next trial is going to be about. There's still something else going on with... We don't know why his father became a serial killer. We don't know... There had to have been more. There had to have been more things that happened 10 years ago? 10 years ago. Because Susato-san is 16, and she said her father returned back home to Japan when she was 6. Something happened with Professor Mikotaba, which is Sasato's father, the judge, I don't remember what his name is. Kazuma's father, the professor. The whole killing things that happen. Something probably with Lord Strongheart, I'm sure. What else? What else? There's a lot of mysteries we have to solve here. We still don't know what the story that Iris had written about the Hound of the Baskervilles. Why something had to do with Sholmes as well. Had to do with Sholmes. Has to do with why Dr. Wilson got murdered. Why, like, everything, super crazy conspiracy stuff going on. Yeah. Lots of things. It's, yeah. Episode 4, Twisted Karma and his last bow. Is just my bow. Oh. Was indeed a most bizarre incident, born of a curious advertisement and a commonplace killing at the edge of town.
Pipe in hand, Sholmes looked down at the thick, rolling fog outside our window. I wonder exactly how many mysteries are out there, hidden within this bed of fog, he said. Indeed, a most bizarre incident, born of a curious advertisement. A hellhound's mad gallop through the shadows of a serial murder. An executed man's graveyard resurrection in the dead of night.
Oh?
And a commonplace killing in a small, forgotten room at the edge of town.
Ooh.
There is, naturally, always another side to every case, of which most remain ignorant. And it is that other side which compels me to the scene of the crime, Wilson. So quickly now, take your hat and let's be on our way, my dear fellow. For our adventure is not over yet. Come, the game is afoot.
Ooh. Exciting. Okay, so this has to this has to come back towards the whole Hound of the Baskerville and shit. 8 days after that earth-shattering trial and Cosmo regaining his memory, we were in the foyer of one of London's most luxurious hotels, the Great Waterloo Hotel. Alright. Ooh, fancy. 1st of November, 10:24 a.m., the Great Waterloo Hotel foyer. Why does that look really weird? That looks a little weird. Don't mind me. I'm just like, for some reason, hyper-focusing on that bit of weirdness right there. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Professor Mikotaba is due to arrive at any moment. Oh, okay. So her father is coming. Her father's coming to visit. Okay. Oh, is it because it's supposed to... Are they trying... Is this like a 3D object? Because I was like looking at... So I'm like, this thing looks fine. But then I noticed some weird stuff going on with the chandelier too. And I'm like, oh. The chandelier is like 3D. It's not a flat image. And I'm like, oh, so is that why that looks weird? Because this is actually like a 3D model, like a 3D object. I think so. Anyway, ignore me. Also, that chair's fucked up. Don't worry, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let's figure out what the heck's going on instead of focusing on random little bits in the background. Yes, I'm so glad we got here in time. Susato-san hasn't been the same since what happened. Yeah, I would bet. Not that I'm surprised, yeah. The truth about Kazuma-sama's father. Do you suppose my father knew? Yeah, probably. That he was actually the mass murderer, the professor, you mean? I guess he probably wasn't told that, but I'm pretty sure he probably put two and two together. I'm pretty sure it's like, oh man, that mass murderer guy finally got caught. Hey, Mr. Judge Man, where's our third buddy? Where's our third buddy? Where's he gone? Funny quinky dink that is. I knew that's what she was thinking about. There's a good chance, I'd say, I mean, they did come here to London together 16 years ago, didn't they? Yeah. Yes, that's true. Come to think of it, didn't you say you need a soundboard, which includes the microphone? Honestly, I do need like a soundboard thing. I really do. I need something like that. Mostly so then I have like a thing for me to switch up my faces and be like, ah, and not be like whenever I press numbers that changes up my face. Okay. And then have, yeah, I want sounds. Silly sounds. Come to think of it, didn't you say that Professor Mikutaba knew about Kazuma going missing in Hong Kong as well? That's right, but for some reason he wasn't at liberty to talk to me about it. Because it's a huge big conspiracy! That probably means he knows then about Kazuma showing up here in London with amnesia and that he's regained his memory now. Maybe. Oh, there she is. Oh man, look how fancy! They're so fancy! That looks like where you could hide a body! The judge looks so fancy. Oh my gosh. Dad looking good. Oh my gosh. They looking good. They dress up. Oh, father. Hello, Hello. How are you? I'm very well, thank you. We're delighted you've arrived safe and sound. Hello, Mr. Naruto. Very kind of you to take the trouble to meet us here. Oh no, not at all. It's my pleasure. We've heard all about your extraordinary exploits here in London, you know. The news has crossed the seas. It has? I always look forward to reading the monthly reports that arrive with the steamships from Britain. Oh, I see. Well, thank you very much. Who is this man? And why do I feel as though I've seen him before? It's the judge! He's just not in his judge outfit. I take it from your expression that you can't quite place me. In that case, how about a little reminder? Seishiro? Seishiro? Seishiro. 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 In that case, how about a little reminder, Seishiro? Oh my god. Seishiro. Seishiro? Firm tap should do it. Yes. Firm tap. Seishiro. No, because it's E. It's not it's not like Y, it's E. Because if it was spelled out, it'd be say, just like an I by itself is an E sound, I think. Yeah, because just like yeah, E. Seishiro. Is it? That's right. Huh, okay. Seshiro. See. Other things are saying it's like just Seshiro. Without the... like basically ignoring the I, but I don't know. I didn't either, but I learned Japanese years ago, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's how it should be read, but I don't know. I'm gonna go with Sesh. Yeah. What if it was Seshiro? It wouldn't be. Yeah. I don't know. It might be pronounced Seshiro. It might be more about the kanji. Yeah, I don't know. Seishiro. Cause it should be Sei. It should be Sei-Shiro. Sei-Shiro. I'm gonna try to say Sei-Shiro, even though it's kind of hard for me to say. Sei-Shiro. Sei-Shiro. Okay. Here we go then. By notes to defend it. Inosuke Naruto. Guilty! Why did he bring his mallet? Ah! Oh, you're... Yeah, he's the judge. How do you not recognize that, like, beard? Like, yeah, that beard. Call him out here. Over Inosuke Naruto. Your Excellency. Hello, Judge Jigoku. Okay, that's a million times easier to say. Jigoku is easy. Hello, Judge Jigoku. How are you? It's been a long time. Good, you've remembered now. That really did the trick. Yeah, Jigoku's easy. That must be his family name, Jigoku. Guilty. Only I was declared not guilty, wasn't I? And there was no laughing at the time. So, London again after all this time. I do believe it's been 10 years. To be honest, I never thought I'd be back. Is it? Is Jigoku mean hell? Which is interesting. Wait, what did it say for what? Oh, that actually... So, Seishiro means, like, truth, reality, clean, pure, clear, fine. So it's, like, also, like, rule of government. And then, so what's the... Yeah? That's really funny. Okay. So his name means hell. Ah, okay. But then his first name, because I think Jigoku's his family name. I think this is his family name. But I think his given name yeah, his given name means like truth. Yeah, truth, reality. Clean, pure, exact, precise, rule, government. Sacred, holy, yeah. Which is interesting. Maybe he's evil, playing the long game, who knows? He's lawful evil. That's his alignment, lawful evil. That's basically what it is. Anyway. Now I'm like wondering what everybody else's names are. Like Miku Taba? I'm gonna look up Miku Taba. Um Meaning. Hmm. Oh, okay, I spelled it wrong. I was like, wait. Miko Taba. Oh! Miko Taba is Monias with the expression which can either mean word of God or to take someone at their word. Interesting. Okay. So what's Zato mean? I'm super curious now. So that that's not. Uh okay. Oh. Okay, that's kind of funny. Okay. So for her name, for Suzato, going by the kanji in her name, uh, is meaning imperial, in koto, which is, the Japanese instrument. I don't know what that means, a Japanese instrument, and feathers. What is, okay. Oh, okay. An interpretation of the term means openly believing pleas of innocence, whether or not it tie into her character is unknown. Okay, interesting. Oh wait, that's from Miko Taba. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, enough about that. Be honest, I never thought I'd get back. Neither did I. Didn't imagine Japan would ever be invited to an international symposium like this. Oh yeah, right, the symposium. Right, and we just kind of sent the the leading person in the what was it called? The lady. Yeah. No, no, he was invited for the symposium. Yeah. But I'm trying to think of what her position was. The lady who was helping the killer from the trial before. She was like the head investigator of like with the like science stuff. I don't know. I forget what it's called. My brain no worky. Anyway, whatever. Oh, really? I doubt anyone did, to be honest. All thanks to you, isn't it? Seishiro? Seishiro. What are you talking about, Eugen? Eugen. Eugen. Huh, okay. Sorry, I know, like, Jin? Doesn't Jin mean person? Like... God dang it, I gotta look it up. Jin. Jin. Name, meaning. Abundant. Possesses or valuable. Okay, interesting. Anyway, I just had to look it up. Of course, Judge Jigoku. He must complete the set. He's the other man who, 16 years ago, came to London with Kazuma's father and Professor Mikutaba. He's the third visiting scholar. All those passport checks and luggage searches at the border took a long time. I must say, I'm very envious of your ministerial status. You didn't have to go through any of that, did you? You didn't, did you? And you just happened to bring this very suspicious-looking case with you? Mister? What if Kazuma's father wasn't actually the murderer? What if it was him? What if it was Jigoku? And he's got a body right in there! Ooh, spooky. I don't know. I'm curious. This is very interesting. I knew you were jealous. Sorry? Ministerial status? Yes, didn't you know? Sashiro is also Japan's Minister of Foreign Affairs. Is he now? Ain't he a busy man? It was his personal insistence that allowed you to take Kazuma's place here on the city tour. Guilty as charged. Well, thank you very much. He's really every bit as important as he looks. Yes, now, Naruto. I received a telegram from Lord Strongheart yesterday. Oh, you did? It appears that some things came to light in a trial you were involved with 8 days ago. But what happened 10 years ago? That's tragedy. Yes, could you tell us any more about it? Your journey from Japan. Let's go back. So, how is the voyage here? Well, 50 days at sea is a long time by anyone's standards. It wasn't so bad as when we first came 16 years ago. No, that's true. And I truly wondered if we wouldn't be drifting in the vast sea for the rest of our lives. This time we followed the same route as you, so we were able to relax and enjoy the experience.
Ah, so you stopped in France's beautiful capital, Paris?
We did, yes. Only for one night. And yesterday evening we left the port of Dunkirk for Dover. This is time for the symposium, in fact. It starts today.
It's wonderful that you were invited to attend such an important international event. I'm very proud of you, Father.
Thanks to Sashiro here. 16 years ago he managed to integrate himself with Britain's Attorney General. Sure, that's why he was invited, and I suppose you could say I'm something of a Benage by default. This is all sounding like a big conspiracy going on here. Speak for yourself, Eugene. You were close friends with a professor of forensic science at a major hospital. Right, forensic science. That was what the lady's thing was. Forensic science. She was the head of the forensic science team for the police. And she got arrested as she was working with the other guy, and she actually was the one who did the murdering. Yes, well, I'd rather not dread all that, really. No. There's been a lot of water under the bridge since then, but it doesn't bring him back. Cosmo's father, I suppose. What about Cosmo's father? The professor, the killer who took the lives of 5 members of the British aristocracy, was actually Cosmo's father, wasn't he? That's correct. Genshin no Sogi.
Genshin. You know, I presume, father.
Yes. He was a close friend at the time. Genshin came to Britain as a police detective. He was studying investigative techniques at Scotland Yard. I've never understood what drove the man to commit such heinous acts.
Okay.
It was a closed trial, so the public never knew the truth, and he was executed with little ado. To this day, very few people know what really happened, even in our homeland. What about Kazuma? Did he know? Did he know the truth about his father? Oh no, of course not. He was told his father passed from sickness. However, I suspect he may have had his doubts. Oh, why? As you know, I tried to guide Kazuma growing up as if he were my own son. Then one day he came to my office at the university and said, I have decided I want to travel to Great Britain and study there.
Do you think he wanted to come here to investigate his father's death?
I don't know. But when I looked into his eyes, I did know that there was no way I'd be able to stop him. Something else came to light in that trial the other day, actually. Oh, what? Well, having disappeared in Hong Kong and been missing for almost a year, Cosmo has since turned up here in London, working as the apprentice of Lord Van Zeeks. What? What? That's new sauce. So, Lord Strongheart's telegram neglected to mention that part then. Interesting. As you know, we both thought Cosmo had died on the steamship during our voyage to Great Britain in January.
But he didn't die. He's alive. As you knew, didn't you, father?
The actual fact, no. But I did know. So when your ship docked in Hong Kong, he mysteriously vanished. We sent a team of investigators to Hong Kong, tried to discern what had happened, but to no avail. But he's still alive, and you're in London, you say. I never dared even to dream it. I on earth did the young man not make contact? Okay, there's a lot of interesting details with that. Okay. Also, Sholmes had to have known that Cosmo wasn't dead. Because he's the one who checked the body, quotation. He knew nothing. He knew nothing Jon Snow. Government police have been chasing loose fruitless late for months now.
Well, it seems that he was suffering from amnesia.
What? Amnesia? When we first came across him again here in London, he didn't know who either of us were. I see. He only regained his memory 8 days ago. This is unbelievable. Yes, it's quite miraculous. Wonder why Lord Strongheart didn't let us know. I must speak with him urgently. I wonder how Cosmo's been these past few days. Would it be wrong of us to go and visit him? Your time in Britain. That began 16 years ago now. It's a distant memory, really. It was you, Genia, Genshin, Asogi, and myself. We were the original 3. First judicial scholars from Japan traveled overseas to study. Ocean voyages were not what they are today, I can tell you. 16 years ago, things were tough for their generation. Your father was an exceptionally fine medical student at Human University at the time, you know, young lady.
Yes, grandmother told me.
He went to do research at a great London hospital to study autopsy, practically unheard of in Japan. Yes, it was an eerie place, sandwiched between the back of a prison and a burial ground. Oh, no more talk of graves. Very often there's no one willing to deal with bodies following autopsy work. So you see, autopsy labs have something of an unavoidable relationship with graveyards and prisons. Not my cup of tea at all. Do you remember that Scottish prison governor? Caden, his name was. He was a good man. Yes, but then of course, in our 6th year here, everything changed with that dreadful case. When Genshin was arrested for a series of the most gruesome murders. Simply couldn't believe it. I'd known the man for years. I was a witness at the secret hearing and I tried to speak in his defense, but you went a little too far and ended up facing charges yourself, didn't you? Well, let's just say that after that trial, we were sent back to Japan. There was nothing more we could do to save Genshin. He was a lost cause, sadly. Ooh, okay. So was Genshin actually a scapegoat? Was he a scapegoat? The plot thickens. It does. Because he was studying to do like police work and stuff, so he knew too much. He knew too much. It's thicker than a bowl of molasses. Oh my gosh. But it said he was studying to become like a police officer or something. So he got too close to the case. And then he got framed for it. Anyway, what's in your case here? Well, if you'll excuse us now. Yes, I'd like to get this trunk up to my room as soon as possible to hide this very obvious body that I've hidden in it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have held you up here for so long.
I'll call up for the porter then. Just wait here.
Sada-san's gone off at a run. I'd like to stay and talk more, but I do have various preparations to make for tomorrow. Yes, of course. It must be a big responsibility representing our entire country. I wish you the best of luck. Oh. Ooh, serious talk. Oh no. I hope you'll keep an eye on Susanna for me. Keep looking after her, as you obviously have been. Oh, no, I mean, if anyone's looking after anyone, it's her looking after me. Well, I do appreciate you being there for her. After all, I've been a miserable father to her. I've thoroughly let her down. Sorry? What do you mean? Well, it was 16 years ago that I started my long study tour here in Brittany, as you know. The very year Susanna was born. Yes, I heard. The birth of my daughter was the most joyous event of my life, but... well, sadly it was accompanied by the most tragic event of my life, too. Right, his wife... I'm assuming his wife died during childbirth.
It was a rather turbulent time at home.
Anyway, I won't bore you with the details. Point is, I became rather less dependable than befits a grown man. And it was then that Seishiro offered me the opportunity to study here in Great Britain. I was too worried about you to leave you behind. So perhaps I was a little heavy-handed when it came to persuading you to accompany me to London. So, that's what happened in a nutshell. And that's also the reason why I now feel compelled to give my daughter as many opportunities as I do. Though the world does not readily afford young women such things, I must say. I completely understand, Professor. One other thing, Naruto. Oh no, he's kind of a boss. He was, I think it was his idea to have Suzato-san dress up as a boy so she could represent her friend in court. So he's trying to push for things. He's pushing for things. This guy, he's a feminist. One other thing, Naruto. If I may be so bold, I have a favor to ask you. Oh, really? Of course. What can I do for you? Well, the thing is, I'm so sorry that took so long. Oh, he's the guy who runs the Bobby. Not the Bobby. No, that's the police. No, the carriage things. Mrs. Otto. Now then, allow us to take your bags. I need to take your bags. One moment, if you please, porter. Of course, sir. Do you take it on the job? That machine around your neck, it's a camera, I believe. Oh, right, sir. I've been photographed. Commemorate the wonderful stay at the hotel, sir. Well, I think given the occasion, we can justify the expense. Oh, yes, of course. The case is in the phone! There's gotta be a dead body in that case. You can't tell me there's not a dead body in that case. You can't. You can't tell me there isn't. There has to be. There has to be a dead body in that case.
I'd like to thank you for coming with me, Mr. Naruto. It's really made Father very happy, I think.
Oh, well, I'm pleased then. But we were interrupted before. Professor Mikotopo was about to ask me something.
Shall we return to Baker Street then? I expect Iris will have some delicious tea waiting for us.
Yes, let's go. No, I wouldn't talk to Mikotopo. I'm getting more and more anxious about Cosmo, though. Perhaps I'll try to meet with Lord Strongheart later and ask after him. Okay. I don't know. Where's the suitcase? No, it's gone. They took it. They took the suitcase. That suitcase is very suspicious. Okay. Let's go to Sholmes, I guess. Why is Cosmo's mask doing here? What is the mask Cosmo was wearing here? Oh, so is there a newspaper? That's different. But Sholmes, what are you doing? Sholmes, you tell us what's going on right now, mister. 1st of November, Sholmes Street. Sholmes. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Wee. What was that?
A man screaming in a most unflattering way. Do you think
it could have been Mr. Sholmes?
Oh my, I do hope not.
Don't do more.
Mon ami. Some disgraceful display.
Who are these people? Look at their hair. It's bright red. I was wondering about that in the intro. I was like, do all those people have red hair? Apparently so. Apparently there's something to that. Okay.
I think they must be clients of Mr. Sholmes.
Lestrange, Gina! Right, you two, you're coming with me now. Down to the clink. It's dark and damp and I don't like it. Are you Italian? Don't like it. And you're French. Well, the darkness, it is my friend. I am not scared. But you're scared of the dark. Shut your mouth, you idiot. I will sit quietly in the dark and plan our next dirty heist. Oh, heist? Well, tough. We'll finish this down the yard. Now get moving.
Bye, Jenny. Have fun.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Iris. And thanks, you great detective.
Hey, Gina makes a fine detective herself, doesn't she?
Oh, Susie and Bruno. Oh, Iris, we're home.
Well, did you find your daddy? Yes, we arrived at the hotel just before he and his friend.
Oh, well, that's great news. I hope I get to see my daddy again soon. Hopefully he's not been murdered and dead in some faraway country. Oh, that'd be so sad. Especially if his murder was caught up in some crazy conspiracy. Oh, man. Would that be such terrible fate? And I'd be so heartbroken. Right? It's like, oh, God.
Yes. Of course. Your father has not been murdered. Absolutely not.
Dr. John H. Wilson. So, Iris, all it means now is that greatest of problems known to man. Oh, God! What has happened? Sholmes, what did you do? Sholmes! Sholmes, did you put your hair in the colored washing? The colored laundry? And the dyes came out and dyed your hair? Before we concern ourselves with that, leave some tea as an order, don't you think, my dear fellows? Sholmes. Something wrong, Mr. Naruto? Do I have a crumb or such like on my face? Not so much as on your face as on your head, I'd say.
Come along then, everyone. I brewed a lovely special blend. Time for tea.
Whatever is going on here today? Oh no, Sasato. Okay, let us sit and drink now. I am in fact expecting a guest later today. Your two visitors, yeah, let's talk about that.
Mr. Sholmes, who were the two gentlemen that were here before?
Oh, just a pair of petty criminals. Nothing of significance. Of course, they have to make a living somehow. And when the mood takes me, I'm willing to turn a blind eye to all manner of infractions.
When the mood takes you?
All manner of infractions? But such fellows set their sights on Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Well, that's when their luck runs out. Oh, they were trying to steal from you?
Oh my, you are the target of a crime, Mr. Sholmes?
Is it a fashion crime? Because of that hair? I quickly devise a plan to entrap them and deliver them to our young detective ally.
You should have asked Greg to come too. We could have had a roasting tea party.
Oh my god, that sounds hilarious. Did send word, but no answer was forthcoming. The man is consummately in the wrong place at the wrong time. There's a word for it, I'm sure. Ah, I have it. A bungler. That's the word. It's a good job he's not here to hear you say that. So those redheads had been up to no good?
I wonder what the men did.
But there's square. Okay, the greatest problem. What was that about the greatest of problems known to man that you mentioned before?
Is it another fiendishly intricate case, Mr. Sholmes?
How should I best explain it? I have lost my shoes. I feel like that's just I don't know, sounds like him. Are you aware of the theory of evolution by natural selection, by chance? Well, I think I've heard talk of it somewhere. possibly. Yeah, wasn't it just during the fair thing that, Charles Darwin got awarded? Like, in this timeline, in this story, I think they mentioned that.
It's a revolutionary scientific theory that was newly proposed 40 years ago now.
Oh. Okay, wait.
According to its author, Mr. Darwin, we humans were once apes who lived in the treetops.
Wait, what? We were apes? Indeed, and from the very moment those apes descended from the canopy to live as humans, it has been our lot to be at the mercy of the greatest problem known to man.
Our lot? What is this great problem, Mr. Sholmes?
Why, it is not obvious, my dear madam. The problem of rent. Two things guaranteed in life is death and taxes. Taxes. Jesus Christ. So you're low on money again.
But did you not receive a rather large sum of money from Madame Tuspels only the other day?
A large sum. One butted herb for Iris and a new motor car for me. Oh man, I wonder what that money could have gone. It couldn't have gone into a new car. It's like, oh, butted herb for Iris. I'm like, okay, yeah, a car. Jesus Christ. In this time and place, a car would have been extremely expensive and also extremely dangerous. All of it has quite disappeared, I assure you.
Honestly, Harley, you know you squandered it.
Yes, well, anyway, 2 days ago, I discovered the answer to man's greatest problem for the coming month at least. And what was the answer? Why, there was a substantial clue before your very eyes.
Don't tell me. Let me see.
Humans are soy creatures unable to see what is in front of their noses. Let me give you some assistance, so look, observe me very closely. I have something very minuscule that is different about me. Also, I notice not only is his hair red, his eyebrows are red. Well, he's getting there, isn't he? He's like, what's his age again? 34. He's a bit early to him in, like, a midlife crisis. But he's getting there. Oh, look, but observe me very closely. There's one particular feature about my person that has changed. You should notice it. Oh my god, should notice it in the end, I think. In the end? It's been stabbing me in both eyes right from the very beginning of our conversation. Say past Laura. Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
I think we might need another clue before we uncover the full answer, Mr. Naruto.
Thanks for the hint. I'll be tearing my hair out if this charade goes on much longer. Jesus fucking Christ. The lie you told. Mrs. Sholmes, isn't it about time you told us the truth? Just over a week ago, you said to us... I will now tell you something. First importance, my dear fellow. Great detectives won't lie. It will serve you well to remember that. I think that might have to do with, like, the thing with Kazuma, I think. That case aboard the SS Booyah in January, Kazuma wasn't killed, and you knew he wasn't dead at the time. So what was really going on? Happened. Fellow was unconscious for a very long time. If he hadn't regained consciousness when he did, his life would have been in mortal peril. Okay, so he was in a coma. The side effect of the prolonged comatose state was amnesia, as you know. It was a simple enough task to silence the crew, but how? After they carried him out of the cabin, I assembled them in the lobby area. And I made them swear to leave him unconscious and have him unlaid from the ship in Hong Kong as a murdered corpse. Right? I guess nobody else had any sort of medical, like, training, and everyone just accepted Sholmes' answers because, I mean, he's the world-famous Detective Sholmes. Like, I don't know. Okay, so that's how he snuck in there. Oh, how horrible. It was necessary to find some material with which to persuade the crewmen to keep their word, of course. But why? Why do it in the first place? I will be at liberty to elaborate in due course. But for the time being, I would like to reassure you. I didn't foresee subsequent events. What events? His disappearance in Hong Kong. Okay, interesting. I believe I may have made a gross error of judgment. This is Sholmes. Okay. So, yes, Sholmes did know he was alive. He got him out to Hong Kong. But that's where he seemed to just go missing. And Sholmes doesn't know what happened with him. Interesting. Okay. So let's look around, I think. Because, there's this right here. The mask Cosmo wore when he was assigned to Lord Van Zeek's as his apprentice. When he cast it aside after the trial the other day, I just sort of picked it up. Oh. We ought to give it back to him, I suppose. But he has his memory back now, doesn't he? And I can't help feeling he might turn around and tell me coldly to wear it myself. But isn't he your best friend? Okay, newspaper? This looks like last week's edition. What's that article circled in red ink there? It's an advertisement column. It says, "To the Red-Headed League." Oh. The beginning mentions something that this all started with an advertisement. Red-Headed League. The Red-Headed League? What's that? I don't know. I've never heard of it before, but there's something on my face. Clearly this has something to do with that. Lively hair. Okay, can I look at that, please? I would like to read that. Oh, okay. Examine the Red-Headed League. On account of the bequest of the late Hezekiah Hopkins of the Lebanon, Pennsylvania, USA, there is now another vacancy open which entitles a member of the League to a salary of £4 a week for purely nominal services. All red-headed men who are sound in body and mind and above the age of 21 years are eligible. A plain person on the morning of the 31st at the large park on Lime Street. Get £4 per week if you are a redhead. A most fantastic money-making opportunity. Anyway, I'm gonna read the rest of this shit. Public health report. Despite the condition of the City of London itself of late, it has been a positive year so far in public health. There have been fewer cases of consumption reported when compared to this time last year, and smallpox is at an all-time low, thanks to the vaccinations offered at the smallpox and fever hospitals throughout the various parts of London. Doctors have warned that there appears to be the beginning of yet another cholera epidemic on the horizon. Although the cause of such outbreaks remains unclear, the public is strongly advised to drink only water which has previously been boiled. Okay. Ah. Something here. Truly more than any other nation, Britain has been successful in its endeavors thanks in part to the generosity of its many investors and its long illustrious tradition of fostering inquiries into the sciences. Least to be forgotten, she is the nation that gave to the world the genius of Sir Isaac Newton. However, there is one other factor at work, the shifting field of economic thought. Despite the fact that Adam Smith's magnum opus, The Wealth of Nations, was published in 1776, the doctrine of laissez-faire has only began to truly take root in the last few decades. It remains to be seen just how influential and enduring his ideas will prove to be. St. Bartholomew's Hospital, the latest research findings and leading hypothesis this month from the Teaching Hospital of London. There is an emerging consensus among doctors and scientists of all nations whereby the theory of miasma is being soundly rejected as experiment after experiment has yielded conclusive evidence in support of what position John Snow had concluded many years prior, that there was a strong correlation between contamination. Oh, wait! I know about this. I know about this case. No, I know about this. No, he does know. Jon Snow knows. This one does. The contaminated water and the prevalence of certain diseases, in fact, latest news arrived from the continent is consistent with our own research into the so-called germ theory, by which minuscule microorganisms are the actual causes of a great many illnesses. The medical community has already begun in earnest to identify and categorize the tiny creatures as microscopes also continue to improve through the dedicated work of London's famous instrument makers. We expect that in the coming years, instrumentation will allow us to see the germs with further clarity and in greater detail as never before. Health advisories and notices for the City of London are great public and large. Drinking water. Okay. No, I knew about this. About the, I think it was this dude who, was actually investigating, drinking, like, water wells and stuff in London. And found out that one particular water spout was actually causing people to be sick. Because he interviewed everybody who had gotten sick, or the family members and stuff, who had gotten sick, and asked where they got their water from. Yeah. So it's very interesting. Yeah, that was the beginning of, like, germ theory and stuff. What? Okay. What is this? This has something to do with, however I say the shorter lengths of overcoats recently have been a great boon. The convenience and freedom it offers while preserving warmth and fashion is highly pleasable indeed. Okay, so fashion. Interesting. Okay. So why... apply where? Okay. Anything else weird around here? No, everything looks the same. Okay. It looks as though someone circled an advertisement in this paper, Mr. Sholmes. The Red-Headed League. Does that strike you in some way? I was thinking that just maybe it might be related to your bright red hair. So, at last you've learned to apply my methods, Mr. Odo. Sorry? In the first instance, in quite indispensable observation. Believe me, I could have seen that hair with my eyes shut. So then, allow me to regale you with the details of my latest exploits. Regale or boast? So does that mean there's going to be 1 million people in London with red hair? Interesting. The Red-Headed League. What the heck is the Red-Headed League? So what is the Red-Headed League, which seems to be the subject of the advertisement you've circled? You noticed it in the paper, then. That, my dear fellow, was going to be the source of this month's rent payment. It was? How? According to the advertisement, the Red-Headed League is a distinguished institution of fellows of unspecified governorates. In fact, the only condition for becoming a member is having red hair. That doesn't entirely surprise me.
But wasn't it that lucky redheads receive only once they join? An unconditional salary of £4 a week.
Oh my, £4 a week. But why? What are they paying people for? That I don't know. No details were given in the advertisement.
But surely every redheaded person in the country would be flocking to join in that case. You're right, Susie. There's no time to lose. I'll put in my application at once. So will I, just on the off chance.
That might be stretching a point, I think.
The trouble is, they have a fixed number of members, you see.
Oh, I see. So once a certain number of people have joined, no one else can. And as luck would have it, one member recently passed away.
It wasn't particularly lucky for the redhead in question, I feel, Mr. Sholmes.
So you decided to join in his place? Correct. I mean, look at me. Have you ever seen such a red-headed fellow? No. Why? Why did it have to go so wrong? What on earth happened? A blunder, Mr. Odo, that pains me to admit. Oh boy.
What did you actually do to your hair, Mrs. Sholmes?
Glad you asked, Mrs. Otto. But you see, atop my head is neither dye nor a hairpiece. I changed the color of my hair overnight. By the wonders of chemistry. Chemistry? I was conducting some research into a method of rejuvenating spent tea leaves. And in the course of my work, I stumbled upon a potion that, when taken, turns one's hair a flame-like red. Would you like to try it? It will make every hair on your body perfectly crimson. Oh my god, of course. Would you like to drink this very untested potion to turn your body, your entire, every hair follicle red? It's like, no thank you. No thank you, Mr. Sholmes. I'm good. I think I'll pass. I think I'm good with the old, the old black look of, black hair matching with my black outfit. I think I'm good.
But, Mr. Sholmes, is it quite safe to drink? Surely it's bad for you, isn't it?
Amateurs are always hampered by such fears.
Oh, I should never have doubted you, Mr. Sholmes. You mean to say?
Of course. To eat 4 pounds per week, one must be prepared to turn a blind eye to a little danger. 4 pounds a week! Oh my god! Oh my god! That degree of red signals more than just a little danger, surely.
So anyway, Harry was full of confidence yesterday with his new red hair. Street when the red-headed Link were interviewing prospective new members.
So what went wrong? Old Park was shocked. Walked with red-headed folk like a coaster's orange bear. Oh my god. Yeah, that's so much. I queued for 8 hours solid before at last I reached the front. But when the panel of interviewers saw me, they immediately said, "Ah, Mr. Sherlock Holmes, are you in disguise to conduct an investigation?" Right, he is, yeah, you're kind of a well-known person, so I think they know that you're not actually a redhead. Oh my god. Who knew that one day he would, have some backlash for being famous? So naturally, I had no choice but to reply, "Shush! Don't give me away!" After which I could do little else but turn and leave. This morning when I looked in the mirror, and stared at me. So I turned that back into the police. Oh.
Oh dear, what a disaster! For Harley and those two redheads.
What? What?
Mr. Sholmes, you mentioned before that you were expecting a guest today?
Indeed, Mrs. Otto, that is correct. Not another one of those red-headed gentlemen that were here before. Not at all. They were petty villains. The guest I am expecting is a client. Oh? A young gentlewoman who wishes to appoint the services of this great detective, no less.
Oh, how wonderful, Mr. Sholmes.
You must stay and observe the fashion in which a great detective receives his customers. Must we? I have you in my clutches now, Rent, just as I have you in my clutches, redheads.
That hearty laugh is masking rather sinister thoughts, I feel. You know, the lady isn't due for another hour yet. Don't feel as though you must wait around if you have other things to do.
Okay, well, good. I don't want to stay here and do nothing. Okay, we gotta go to Lord Justice's office. Ask what the fuck is going on. Ooh, Lord Van Zeeks is here. Ooh. 1st November, British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. Here's the final draft of the opening address for tomorrow's proceedings. I've supplemented your original with the figures you asked for from the yard. I see. Excellent work. Thank you. You're welcome, my lord. What's Lord Van Zeeks doing here?
My, there seems to be an awful lot of tension in the air, wouldn't you say?
This place is stifling enough as it is. We really don't need any more tension. Oh god, they spotted me! My apologies. I didn't notice you come in. Your small stature and dark dress make you all but invisible to me. Gee, thanks. Oh, no, it's entirely my fault for wearing black, I'm sure.
From now on, you must dress in white from head to toe whenever you come here.
I know. Well then, Mr. Odo. Yes, my lord, I'm right here. Kill me now. Something wrong. Perhaps a little too hot in here for you. Oh, no, not at all. I mean, I've never experienced a room with such a perfect temperature. If you're sure, the beads of sweat curving their way down your face seems to suggest otherwise. Because of the daggers you're staring at me with mainly. As you're no doubt aware, my International Forensic Science Symposium begins tomorrow. In fact, your father arrived in London earlier tonight, I hear, madame.
Oh, yes, that's right, my lord. He is extremely honored to have been invited.
I'll leave the remaining preparations for the meeting room in your capable hands there, Lord Van Six. I will attend at once. Okay, boy.
He gave you a very cold stare as he left, didn't he?
I know, but I haven't done anything, have I? These past few days, my feet have barely touched the ground of the city. My dedicated right hand of many years was recently put on action in spectacular fashion, thanks to a little man all dressed in black. Oh, whoopsies! Whoopsies! Their own fault! Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is your left hand still of service? I don't think Naruto understands that expression.
Mr. Naruto, he talks about Dr. Sith.
Of course. I'm terribly sorry about that. I was just, Fear not. You have done nothing wrong. Dr. Sith's own wrongdoing precipitated the situation. You needn't concern yourself with it any further. That would be a little easier to do if it weren't for the preaching sir you're giving me. Lord Matrix is doing an admirable job of upholding the fault. Though disturbingly, his apprentice has been missing since yesterday.
Oh,
missing?
What's become of Cosmo-sama now?
Let's talk. Long ago, visitor numbers up to the Great Exhibition exceeded 13 million. The 30 million? Are there even that many people in the world?
As a comparison, Mr. Naruto, the population of the imperial capital of Tokyo is 2 million.
I will be opening the International Forensic Science Symposium in the exhibition's main auditorium. This event has been 2 years in the making, 2 years of preparations and negotiations with the countries.
Sounds like a tremendous achievement. Congratulations.
The 20th century will see the wholesale adoption of forensic investigation techniques. Cooperation between policing organizations around the globe will be essential, which is why this landmark first symposium had to be hosted here at the heart of our great British Empire, in order that Scotland Yard can become the leading investigative organization in the New World. He's the same as ever, I see. Did I get it? There's like a gnat in my room and it's kind of bothering me. Trying to get it. Oh, same as ever, I see. That passion of his is quite something.
You're every bit as passionate in your own way. I'm sure, Mr. Naruto.
I'm the only person in this country who truly cares about a future that embraces forensic science. It was my intention to become Her Majesty's Attorney General and reform the Yard from the ground up. The disgrace of the forensic investigation team has been a bitter blow to my ambitions. Okay. I'm the only one who cares, yeah. I first established the forensic investigation team a year ago, experimentally to start with. Yeah, villain arc, yeah. Dr. Sith at the helm, it was steadily growing an impressive record of achievement. I was on the verge of changing its name and elevating its status to a full-blown forensic investigation department. And can you not do that now? Right. Obviously, nobody wants to hear anything about it at the moment. I can't keep this story out of the papers. 6 million Londoners will be cursing forensic science now. This incident will set back our country's advancement in the field by a good 10 years, I'd say. Unintended repercussions of our trial.
We simply couldn't have overlooked what had happened, though.
Of course not. We should be grateful to you both. Anyway, I'll soon reform this country's policing when I become Attorney General. This might delay my plans and it won't alter them, It won't alter them. Nothing will stand in my way. Except maybe a Japanese boy. About Lord Van Zeek's apprentice? Yes. That came as a surprise to me, I must say. That you and he are old friends. How did you become an apprentice to Lord Van Zeek's in the first place? Came about 3 months ago. An unidentified Asian man was apprehended by border police. They found him hiding aboard a large goods vessel.
Oh my. So he's on a way to get here?
He had no papers to identify him, no passport, and he was suffering from amnesia too. Other than the fact he was clearly of Eastern descent, there were no clues as to who he was. So I decided to assign him to Lord Van Zeek's. That way I could keep an eye on him. Sure. But then why the mask? I didn't want to burden Lord Van Zeek's with tiresome explanation about why he had an Eastern apprentice. Because it would be so much easier to explain why he was wearing a mask. It is proving to be a great help to Lord Van Zeek's, and I hope for his future. By the way, do you know where he's gone? No idea, but I believe he's left London for the time being.
Oh.
Thinking you also didn't know that the man's father was one of our country's most infamous criminals,
Genshin Asogi.
What we learned from that trial 8 years ago was a huge shock. Finding out my friend's father was... yes, Genshin Asogi. The professor case 10 years ago caused a great stir here in Britain.
They were such awful murders and oh my god. Unprecedented using a ferocious dog. Ferocious dog.
The Hound of the Baskerville. Ferocious dog is a murder weapon. Jeez. Genshin's impact, yes. You can say he had a pretty big impact. Ferocious dog. And no one would have believed the culprit was a foreign student invited to study here by the government. Okay, but then whose dog did he have? Because I don't think he probably brought the dog over. So the true identity of the killer couldn't be made public then, and can't be made public now. Nobody in your country knows it was him. Neither do the citizens of London.
So the main motivation was to avoid aggravating relations between our two nations at the time, I understand.
Correct. However, it has been noted that there were some supporters of the professor's apparent cause. What? Supporters of a mass murder? The majority of the man's victims were a blight on the aristocracy of the day. Somewhat ironically, the deaths actually benefited society as a whole. Or so a fair few thinkers in London believed anyway. Right, I see. But it was still murder, wasn't it? Was it?
It seems very similar, doesn't it? It's the idea of the Reaper of the Bailey.
It does. It was evolutionary, yeah. Okay. Do you know anything about this weird red hair? No, he doesn't care. Okay. So I guess that's it for that. No, not examine. I can look around, I guess, see if there's anything different, but I don't see anything that looks any different. Okay. Thank you for talking. I guess go back to Holmes, see if, Holmes's client is here. Oh. Ding-a-ling-ling. Ah, you're my guest now, my latest client, with money to spend.
Oh, I do hope it's an exciting case, Early.
Remember us, we are at present gripped by the greatest problem known to man. I must be willing to accept any case, no matter how unstimulating, save locating a runaway, of course. Don't spare anyone's feelings, will you?
Oh dear, remember that Hurley can lack a little tact, especially just before the run is due.
Black. Oh, she was on the jury. She was on the jury last time, of course. Of course she just shows up here. Yeah, 6 million people in the city, but okay. Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Hurlock Sholmes! Oh, please, oh, please! Please find my husband! He's run away! Just said I'll take out the runaways. He's like, yes, of course! To upset me. I beg your pardon. Never mind, personal matter, my apologies. What exactly are you trying to say, Mr. Naruto? I didn't say a word. Come, my dear madam, be seated. I want some tea, if you please.
Of course.
What's the matter, Miss Sato?
Oh, it's just that gentlewoman. I feel sure I've seen her somewhere before. Very recently.
Yes, now you come to mention it. Yeah, she was on the jury. As I explained earlier, my name is Evie Vigil. Evie Vigil. I implore you to take the case, sir. Money is no object. Simply name your figure. Money and wealth are of little consequence to me, madame. Being offered a case to solve is reward enough. Sholmes, don't say that. Sholmes! Oh, Mr. Sholmes, you are the picture of benevolence. Well, of course, make a mental note of your offer, however, for contingent reasons. Oh man, you need rent, you fool! Right, it's like, not now's the time for being chivalrous or whatever. I trust you will remember your words also. If I might inquire, sir. This gentleman and lady would be... Oh, me? What I am about to tell you, I would like to communicate in the strictest confidence, you understand? These are my friends. I assure you, you may say before this pair anything which you may say to me. Ah, I see. I can vouch for the gentleman personally, after all. He's hard of hearing. Why did I ever get my hopes up? Oh my gosh, okay. Okay, Mrs. Vigil. Forgive me for asking, Miss Vigil, but have we met somewhere before? Quite recently, perhaps? Oh my! Pshaw, my dear fellow, what is your intention? Clearly you have no ability to differentiate the facial features of the English. If you wish to invite the lady to tea, you must do so in a more gentlemanly fashion. Is it possible that you are a nice young lawyer from the trial I attended last week? Aha, I knew I recognized her. Yeah, she was on the jury. To have a man's fate in the palm of one's hand. Oh gosh, oh golly, it sends shivers down my spine. I didn't quite recognize her because she's acting so differently now. It must be very difficult for you as a lawyer, being hard of hearing, I mean. Pardon? Oh dear, I'm so sorry. Don't worry if you can't hear. It was... frippery, and really nothing more. Frippery? Frippery. That's an interesting word. Frippery, really nothing more. Oh man, I know how to play up the hard of hearing. That's funny. Oh, look what you've started, Mr. Sholmes. Thank you very much. I believe it would be prudent for you to sit quietly in the corner. Yes. Okay, Mr. Vigil. Tell us about your husband, madame.
My Vigil, my Dally. My Dally? My Daily? Daily.
Because is it Dale? And then she's just like, my Daily.
My Daily is 40 years of age. I have a photograph here.
He also has he was with that hair. Entirely unremarkable gentleman by appearance at least. How long have you been married?
It will be 15 years this year. We have a cordial relationship, and my husband's income is more than adequate, so we live quite comfortably.
As it would appear. I need only look at you to know these things.
Oh, gosh.
Your dress is the latest style, your hat clearly regularly groomed, and your eyes are animated. In short, you have no inkling as to why your husband might have disappeared, correct?
That's right. He's a kind man with a strong sense of loyalty, and he rather dotes on me.
Which would point to the possibility that he has become embroiled in some incident or another.
Oh, that is exactly what I fear must have happened, Mr. Sholmes. I'm quite beside myself. My husband's employment is somewhat unusual, you see. What if he's incurred some miscreants ill will?
What exactly is your husband's line of work?
He is a warder at the prison.
A guard? That is somewhat unusual. And that pays really well? I guess if he's the warden. Then warder. So, your husband is a prison warder.
That's right, yes. Well, in actual fact, he's the chief warder.
Indeed, I see. Well, chief prison warder certainly qualifies as something of a specialist occupation.
Yes, it does indeed.
He sure doesn't look like the warden type. Did we get that picture? No, we didn't. Did we wait? We have him in our... Yeah. He looks more like your son than he does your husband, but okay. Also, you look like you're related, and not a good thing. Because of your hairs, but whatever, I guess. No, his name is Dale, with the Y. So is it Daily? Daily Vigil? I feel like that's a pun. I can't put it together. Daily Vigil. I don't know. Makes me think of Deville. Like, from the... Is it? I don't know. I was thinking of Deville, like, from 101 Dalmatians. Cruella Deville. Or if someone dies or goes missing, you hold a candle Vigil in their honor. Oh. So what you're saying is... so you're saying he's dead. That's what I figured. I think he's dead.
Yes, it does indeed. My poor husband must prepare those dreadful punishments and see that they're carried out.
Dreadful punishments? Does she mean capital punishments? Leaving out would mean you're doing that every day. Oh! I mean, he's probably causing mourning every day because it sounds like he's in charge of, maybe executing Daily Vigil. Interesting. Okay. And it's Evie Vigil. So, every Vigil? Everyday Vigil? I don't know. Anyway.
At such times, he must occasionally spend a night or two in the prison dormitory.
But for that extra responsibility, he is remunerated more handsomely than the other warders. Of course, we make no mention of my husband's work to the neighbors. Yes, I believe your prudence is justified. Tell me, at what prison is your husband engaged? Barclay Prison, Mr. Sholmes. Really, Barclay? Oh, a fine establishment. If I'm not mistaken, there's a large cemetery just behind it. Isn't that the one we were just... It was... where... the professor was killed at? Or, like, the professor's execution was? Yeah. Yes. Oh, boy. Yes, that's correct. Lowgate Cemetery. Oh, yeah. No! Lowgate Cemetery? The very place we were discussing in court? That's unbelievable. Unbelievable, my dear fellow. And yet, undeniable. Right. This is crazy. Sorry, Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid you've lost me. Ah, pay no heed, madame, pay no heed. A private matter. This can't really be a coincidence, can it? It might be not a coincidence. If he's the warder... Wait, okay, he's 40 on... Okay, hold on. 40 years old, right? Could he have been... Because that was 10 years ago. So he would have been 30 years old. Could he have been the guy who would be made to execute the professor? Just saying. Something going on here. So, to the matter of your husband's disappearance, when did you realize he was missing? Please try not to laugh. It was yesterday. I'm sorry. Yesterday? That really is recent. Laughably so. The truth is, my husband does at times have occasion to spend the night away for his work. It's not at all out of the ordinary for him to not return home at night, but this is different. For him not to make any contact for a whole day, that has certainly never happened before. Okay, that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, does he at least try to tell her, like, oh, I'm gonna be, stuck at work for the night? Because seeing how they are pretty wealthy, I'm assuming they have telephones. So, yeah. Oh, my dear Daly. Whatever could have happened? My dear Miss Figel, please calm yourself. Now then, have you contacted the police? Why, naturally, but sadly, they refuse to listen to my police. My husband has only been missing for a day. I was asked to wait patiently at home. In truth, Miss Figel, I can go with the police. However, let's not be hasty. I see no reason why we should not engage my deductive powers to track your husband down anyway. Right? It's actually interesting because I would think the police would be more interested because a Warren going missing, like, he's only, like, it's from the sounds of it, it sounds like he would only be at work or he'd be at home with his wife. So if he's possibly gone missing, I feel like there should be at least some small-scale investigation going on. Until, like, as more time progresses, it would become a more bigger case, but I don't know, it seems a little weird.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Sholmes.
Furthermore, let me assure you, a chance to solve the greatest problem known to man for another month has no bearing on my decision. I seek only to put a sweet smile on another Londoner's face. That's really all there is to it.
You have my eternal gratitude. I shall pay any sum you care to mention.
You seek only to put the suit's rent in your landlady's purse. That's all there is to it. Yeah, because he didn't want to do a runaway person's case. Oh. Thank you for everything you have shared with us, Mrs. McGill. I believe I have all the information. I need to begin my investigation.
Oh, please report to me as soon. So what good news, sir?
You're not, madame. In a day or two, I shall be contacting you with a heartening report, I'm sure.
So soon? Oh, how splendid, Mr. Sholmes.
The news should be delivered early, I always say. If you would be so kind as to leave the photograph of your husband in my possession. Can I look at that? I need to look at that. Thank you. Now, allow me to show you the door.
Look at this, please. I want to look.
Okay. Okay, nothing really particularly interesting. Looks exactly just like the picture in this thing, but I don't know.
I can't thank you enough, Mr. Sholmes. You have been simply marvelous. You know, I think it every time, Early. But how do you come out with such nonsense? Get news in a day or two? Are you sure?
I can't be sure, of course. But then I didn't swear on it. I merely gave the good woman some hope. I hope to be able to give her good news, one might say. After all, the rent must be paid by the end of the day tomorrow. If by that time I've successfully located Mr. McGill, we shall be mutually relieved. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruto? Don't look at me with those pleading eyes. Well, my dear fellow, did you hear the details of the case? Yes, my hearing is surprisingly good, actually. Excellent. And what did you make of it?
Well, I was surprised to learn where her husband worked. At Barclay Prison, I mean.
Ah, so you noted that.
Of course, especially with the mention of Lowgate Cemetery.
Lowgate Cemetery is at the rear of Barclay Prison, so it was renowned amongst us students at the university for being haunted by the ghost of condemned convicts.
Barclay Prison is where that notorious man was incarcerated.
The professor. And now word from the prison has mysteriously disappeared, it would seem. It's all very peculiar. Indeed. But nothing you can't handle, I'm quite certain, Mr. Naruto. Sorry? Ride along to the prison and see what you can glean. Would you? As the prison governor you want. No doubt the man is equally worried. But aren't you going to go yourself? Surely you didn't ask. You can't possibly have seen out with this hair. Just put your head on. It's fine. Oh my God, Sholmes. But didn't you go to Lime Street with that hair? That was a quite different matter. So I leave it in your capable hands. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm rather busy. God damn it, Sholmes! Of course you are. Damn it, Sholmes! Piece of shit. Okay, prison governor's office. Man. Barclay Prison is on the outskirts of London, backing into a lovely burial ground, a lonely burial ground. Its 4 high outer walls loomed quietly before us in the fog. Having requested a meeting, we were shown to the governor's office in the watchtower. Bird. 1st of November, Barclay Prison Governor's Office. Oh, hello? This place is full of hardened criminals. Can I remember the last time a civilian was down here? Down here? Down here? What kind of accent does this guy have? Can I remember the last time a civilian was down here? Down here? Down here. You... Then I want to talk to an inmate, but you don't want to talk to an inmate, but to me. What kind of accent is this? Oh my god. Caden? You know, Ken, who I am. I am the governor, Barry Caden. Oh, yes, it's a pleasure. I'm Roanoke Naruhodo, defense lawyer. Yes. Eastern Odyssey. I mean, yes, I'm a visiting student of law from the Empire of Japan. Japan? Did you say? Did you say Japan? Yes? There's no, there's no, oh my gosh, there's no any of your kind near Letty. Oh, Letty? Is he, okay, he's like, Scottish? He's Scottish. Okay, I got it now. Well, there's no any of your kind near Letty. Maybe you should try the prison next door, eh?
I didn't know there's another prison next door, sir.
Anyway, we came to ask you some questions about... I don't like to be so direct, but... I have no intention of speaking with the... Where's the legs so you suspicious-looking Easterners? Okay, geez, thanks. Now get out of my hair. Get out of my hair. Get out of my hair. So as soon as he finds out that we're from Japan, he acts like this. That surely means he's racist.
I think it's because of the professor case.
You think so too? 10 years ago, Genshin Asogi, also known as the Professor, was incarcerated at this prison. And then after his execution, he apparently re-emerged from his grave in the cemetery behind the prison. I might have known. You're sniffing around aboard that case, aren't you? Your agents are part of the Professor's grey web, no doubt. No, not at all. We're just... Get going with ya before I punch your lights out. Put your lights out. I cannot do a Scottish accent. I don't know how to do a Scottish accent. We're going. Clearly ghosts of that killer still haunts this place. We're not going to get anywhere here, unless we can somehow prove to this man that we're nothing suspicious about this. Probably gotta go to Shanghai.
Governor Caden?
What are you thinking, Miss Sato?
I feel sure that name came up in a conversation recently somewhere. I was wondering if whoever mentioned him might have some idea to help us.
Come to think of it, I have the same feeling. Who are you thinking? I say get out. Are you talking about your father? That's Professor Nikotaba over there. Hello, you do? I was just taking a moment to catch up on the world now that I'm unpacked. But where's Judge Chigoku? Yes, he's not the relaxing sort. He's taking himself off to pay his respects to all the legal bigwigs.
Having only just arrived in the country today? Goodness, he's full of energy.
Professor, you mentioned something before about how you know the prison governor at Barclay Prison. Right, because he was saying, because a lot of times they would do autopsies on prisoners, to study them. That is a historical thing that happened, yes. Governor Caden, you mean? So it is the same man.
Father, we must speak with the governor. But he refused to talk to us. He said we were suspicious Easterners.
Well, I'm sure if I accompanied you, it would be a very different story. Oh, would you? That would be wonderful if you have time now. Suddenly, as you can see, I'm very busy at the moment. Busy drinking coffee on a comfortable settee. Oh no, I have rather a lot to prepare for tomorrow, you know? Oh, sorry, I didn't say that out loud, did I? You Mikotamas are alarmingly good at reading people's thoughts.
Or could it be that you Naruto are alarmingly bad at hiding your thoughts?
Yeah, that's also possible. Let's not fall out now. I have an idea. Are you gonna give me the picture? Maybe? What's he writing on that piece of paper? It's a letter of introduction for you. Hopefully when he sees my name, he'll change his tune. Ah, thank you. Okay. Can I look at that? Oh, look at that. Good luck then. Okay, I'm gonna look at that note you just gave me. And then Blackbird Line. And there's a rip on it. That seems important.
Oh, it looks like this is some sort of steamship ticket. The SS Gross, First Class Cabin 001. Yokohama departure 11th September. London arrival 1st November.
Ah, that's about that Professor Mikotaba and Judge Jigoku came on from Japan, isn't it?
Yes, I think it called at Dunkirk on the north coast of France for a night before finally arriving in Dover.
To think it's been almost a year since we arrived in Dover on the SS Buria. It seems a shame not to keep your ticket as a memento of your trip, don't you think?
Yes, I agree. I have mine safely in my diary.
And I keep mine in my wallet, so I have it with me at all times. Oh, well, how strange. It could have gone.
Are you like this on purpose, Mr. Naruto?
Did I imagine it, or was that comment accompanied by a little sigh? Oh, this is gonna be important. Professor Mikotoba has wonderful handwriting, doesn't he? This dark-suited young man is not the least bit untrustworthy. Is it just me, or does that make me sound extremely untrustworthy?
I do wish he'd at least call you a nice young man.
I'm really not sure that would help. Okay. Alright. Guess, get to... back here. Hey, buddy! Okay, present. Present that to you. If you just cast your eyes over there, over this, Governor Caden. Then, ooh, get it wool over my eyes, you nothing Japanese student. Mikotaba. That's a young joke from the forensics laboratory. That Mikotaba?
Yes, exactly, him! Oh dear, perhaps I should have said something sooner. I'm Yujin Mikotaba's daughter, Susato.
Jinx! You're the young man's daughter? I didn't even think to mention that before.
I do apologize.
Well, you best take a seat then. Can I offer you a cup of tea, perhaps? And didn't forget to try one of these wee handcuffed biscuits. He's so friendly now. Your father's influence is nothing short of amazing.
I'm bitterly regretting not announcing who I was from the outside now.
So then, what could I do for you, Ed?
Well, we're currently investigating a case.
It's one of your warders, you see, he's gone missing. Listen.
That's right, it's surely been reported to you as well, being the prison governor.
Have heard nothing of the sort. There's no missing persons in my prison.
Oh.
But how can that be?
It's Mr. Daily Vigil. Vigil, your chief warder.
That's right. His wife came to us and asked us to investigate his disappearance. Let's skip the part about him only going missing yesterday for now. Clearly that means something to him.
Would you be so kind as to tell us what you know, sir?
Aye, of course. Alright. Yeah, definitely an accident. Oh, man. Okay, Chief Warder Vigil. We understand that Mr. Vigil is the chief warder here at the prison. Aye, that he was. Strong sense of responsibility and dedicated to the job. No doubt about it. It was a fine warder. Sorry, did you say he was? Oh shit, aye. He doesn't work here no more. He left the job. Ah, okay. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. So he doesn't work at the prison anymore.
Oh my.
When was this exactly? That's a question. When was it about? I can't have much of this than 10 years ago now. Oh my god. This is related to the professor. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is no longer a coincidence. This is no longer a coincidence.
What?
10 years ago? He stopped working here 10 years ago? As I minded, you can. I haven't heard the fella's name and all that. That's why if he's going missing though. But Mrs. Vigil made no mention of it.
I think perhaps Mr. Naruhodo, that his wife simply doesn't know. I think she's unaware that he no longer works here.
Governor Caden, can you tell us what happened? Why did Mr. Vigil give up on his job here? That's important, is it? Yes. Yes, I believe it may be.
What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo?
I can't help wondering, given that it was 10 years ago, which was exactly when the professor was being held at this prison. Ooh.
So Mr. Vigil actually resigned from the position of chief warder 10 years ago, you're telling us. What happened to make him leave the job?
Actual fact, he did not leave the job willingly. He had no choice in the matter. You mean he was dismissed? Ooh. It was after a particular walk. Sorry, walk? Aye. That's all word for it in there. Walk to the gallows. Oh, an execution. It's the job of the chief warder to prepare the gallows, train and oversee any executions, you see? Only Gil did something unthinkable to that last walk he was manning.
What did he do?
Sorry, but can I reveal that information? But I can tell you it's very rare for a chief warder to be relieved of his post. But why wouldn't Mrs. Vigil know about it? She appears to be under the impression that her husband still works here. Wouldn't came anything about that, I'm afraid. I cannot do his accent.
Can you perhaps answer one more question about the circumstances of his dismissal?
And what would that be then?
The last execution that Mr. Vigil was responsible for overseeing. Was it by chance the professor's?
My thoughts exactly. Sorry, I really am. But I'm not at liberty to answer that.
I see.
Okay, Professor Mikataba. All I can see when I look at is the antagonist hunter from Tarzan. Yeah, he does look a lot like him. I can't think of that character's name. It'll come to me later, I'm sure. It'll hit me right in the face and be like, oh, that's his name!
My father came to Britain all those years ago in order to study forensic medicine. But you seem to have been well acquainted.
The room, prison, and the cemetery have a lot to do with one another. After all, they need fresh corpses for forensic research. Do you can?
Yes, I can imagine. The advancement of medical science isn't always particularly palatable.
Father worked in the laboratory just on the far side of the graveyard, in the basement of St. Sinners. Still in use today. St. Sinners. That's come up before, I'm sure.
Yes, that's right. We've been there.
Because Jabba and I have used to ride in the carriage together and negotiate terms. For more fresh material, I suppose. Yeah, St. Sinners. We've been there before. I think that was where Shums was when he got injured from that whole thing that happened at the pawnbrokery. I think that's where he was. Yeah. We used to sit in here for hours and gab on a boot discussion also. It takes me back. After a bowl of tea and a plate of cooked biscuits, of course.
How charming.
I cannot do his accent, it's killing me. He was a good fella, your father. Reliable, just set on his work. But I'm afraid I'll never understand you Japanese. Because of Genshin Asogi, I suppose. Okay. Well. He got that scar on his head, and I feel like that might be important later on. I can't tell you anything else.
Thank you so much for your time, Governor.
Oh, one moment before you're away, then. I'm sure I have any somewhere. What you got? Found it. Here, take this as a wee souvenir of your visit to the prison.
What is it?
This figure's just mental notice. 10 years old now, of course. Ooh, thank you, sir.
Why, are you sure?
Aye, it's no trouble at all. It's not the original 9. Yes, please. Thank you very much, Governor Caden. What has he been doing since then? Doing something to earn enough money for his wife. Chief Warder Daily Vigil is relieved of his post with immediate effect for having violated Clause 132 of Her Majesty's Code of Conduct for Prisons. Okay, 132. All rights to redundancies, pay, and offer financial benefits are fully revoked. Reason for dismissal: aiding and abetting the escape from this prison of convict. What? Wait, what? No way! What? Is Asogi alive? Oh my god, is Genshin Asogi alive? Oh my god! They're unkillable! Details of the escape are still being investigated. Full cooperation with inquiries will be expected. Prison Governor Barry Caden. Additional notes. Indications are that the jailbreak plot was conceived prior to the convict's incarceration. It's believed that the convict engaged in some form of negotiation with prison staff in order to secure assistance. Full disclosure of information regarding these negotiations will be demanded. Okay. Oh, dude. Do me a favor. We'll never come back here. That case closed. That is not closed.
Well, I think we ought to return to Baker Street for the time being.
Yes, I agree. We need to report back to Mr. Sholmes about what we found out about Mr. McGill. Yeah, that's huge. What will he tell Mrs. McGill, I wonder? Well, we need to figure out where he's been working. Since being fired. Because there has to be some other place he's working that is paying enough money. It's probably something very illegal. Okay, we're back, Sholmes. We're back.
Lily Dale? I thought you'd be back before long, so I baked some scones for us all.
Ah, so that's what the delicious spell is. Oh, God! Oh my God, now he's blue, dabba dee babba die. Oh my gosh, how did you get red from blue? Man, I kind of want this secret concoction now. I'm like, what is this? I want these potions. I want to change my hair that quickly. In a single day. Blue dabba dee babba die. Yeah. Greetings, my two fellows. If I was green, I would die. I was green, I would die. You've returned a good deal sooner than I was anticipating. Hello, Mr. Sholmes.
Hello, Mr. Sholmes.
Say nothing. Your thoughts are written all over your faces in any case. Turns out that may have been advisable to test my hair color restoration tonic before application.
Oh my.
Pray tell me, what about Warden friend, have you garnered some new information? Oh, yes, something very surprising, in fact, though it's not a patch on your hair, to be honest.
It most certainly isn't, but still, we discovered that
Sholmes! You make my candy stick. Oh, Sholmes! Whoop everything, Sholmes! This is more important. Gina? Oh? I can't add him and Eve. I can't add him and Eve. Sniff, sniff. Wait, has something happened to Gregson? Is Gregson missing? What is Gregson missing? Oh no.
What's happened?
Clearly a very grave matter indeed. Well, Miss Lestrade made no mention of my hair whatsoever.
It's the boss. It's the boss.
What do you mean, Inspector Gregson?
The boss is...
He's... What? No! 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 He can't be! I don't believe it either. No! He can't be dead. Gina, explain everything right now. What?
They just found his body
With a pistol. What? He was shot?
But Inspector Gregson?
He was murdered? Oh my god. I think I mean fries. Yeah. Hook him with some chips. Some fish and chips.
See?
Come in, my dear girl. Tell us the whole story. Sniff, sniff. Oh my god, Gina! Take us both and escape this blind death and dead space! Oh my god. Are you serious, Gina? Inspector Gregson was really shot?
I don't know much about what happened with myself yet.
they're still there investigating the scene. Where did this take place? A little rented room in a building full of flats on Fresno Street? Outskirts of town, nowhere near his home. He was perhaps investigating a case then. The thing is, no one at the yard knows nothing about no case around there. Oh, how strange. The boss was... He was so good to me. I know I ain't up to much yet, but one day I'm gonna show him. I was gonna show him I become a proper detective. Oh, Jenny. Oh, no. I'm so sad. He can't be dead. Don't do this to me. Cosmo comes back to life, but no, Gregson does? Rude. Fucking rude. So who did this? Do you have any idea who the culprit is? They got him already. Already? They caught the shooter so soon? Don't tell me the shooter is Mr. Vigo. It's gonna be Mr. Vigo, isn't it? Oh my god. When supposed something was going on and the boys got straight down there and took care of him. What awful person did this? She's gonna say, it's gonna be Vigo. I still can't believe it myself, Gina. It was the Reaper. Whoa. No, he's being absolutely framed. Absolutely. Oh my god. I knew this was gonna happen. We have to defend the Reaper. I knew it. We get into the end. We're getting to the end of this game. We have to defend the Reaper. Oh my god. I just got like shivers. I'm like, oh, this is so exciting. I am so excited. Wait a minute, you don't mean they arrested Lord Van Zeek's yet? That's right. That Reaper bloke's gone. It showed the boss. No, Lord Van Zeek's? Oh my god. Are you quite sure, Miss Lestrade? It's Barak Von Zeeks the police have arrested? I saw him with me own eyes in the interview room at the yard. I don't believe it. But there were witnesses, and they're all saying it was him. So you mean there were actually multiple witnesses? They heard the gunshot, apparently. And when our lot got to the scene, there was only the boss and that Reaper bloke in the room. But there's no way Lord Van Zeeks would have taken Gregson's life. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it either. Oh my god. Thank you for informing us, Miss Lestrade. This really is the most terrible news. I'm dreadfully sorry. What are you saying sorry for? You didn't do nothing. Or did he? Well, anyway, I'm taking a cab over to the scene right now. Please come out as soon as you can. I've got help. Oh my god. Gina! Gina, my girl! It's a detective's lot. Detective's lot to appear whenever there's some sinister plot has unfolded. Little wonder we all look good. Sometimes these things are almost too much for the nerves. Mr. Sholmes. What use is there being a great detective? I had failed to see something like this coming. Oh, how could I let this happen to Gregson? Gregson. Oh, okay. He blames himself for what happened. I can't believe Gregson's dead. I can't. I can't believe it! This is too much. This is too much for me. I can't. This can't be happening. Oh, I'm gonna get emotional. Stop. This can't be happening. Mr. Naruhodo, I shall leave at once to begin my investigations. Of course, yes, we will too. It would be helpful if you could talk to Mr. Reaper and see what you can glean. I'm sure you were intending to do so anyway. Until then. Till later then. Serious mode. Serious mode! Inspector Gregson dead. Lord Van Zeek's arrested?
Bruno, Susie! I called you all handsome. Is waiting outside.
Thanks, Iris. Shall we, Miss Sato? Yes. Oh my god. This just got crazy! Okay. So we gotta go to the prison. We're going to the prison first. Sholmes is hitting up the crime scene. 1st November, local prison, cell 1. There he is. Lord Van Zeek's behind bars. What's he reading?
So it's true, he really was arrested.
He's sitting with his back to the wall, reading something. I don't think he's noticed us. Lord Van Zeek's! Fancy meeting you, last place on Earth I'd like to be, but the last person on Earth I'd like to see. I couldn't very well not come. We heard what happened. That Inspector Gregson was... Go home. This has nothing to do with you. But...
Forgive me, Lord Van Zeeks, but I must disagree. Inspector Gregson was very helpful to us on a number of occasions. We're indebted to him, and at the very least, we owe it to him to find out the truth about his death. You must help us with our investigations, please.
There's really nothing I can tell you. What were you just reading at the back of your cell there? Was it something related to the case? This. Your Lord isn't quite so cavalier with this information as to share case detail with the suspect. This is a letter from an old acquaintance. Oh?
Oh, who might that be?
Someone you know, as it happens. Albert Harebrain. Of course, yes. I keep forgetting that they went to the same university. And I would like to read my correspondence in peace. Let's get this over with, shall we? Right, because he told him to immediately leave and go back to Germany. What is happening? What is happening right now? What is happening right now? What is it you want to know? Everything? Strange. I mean, let's face it, Lord Van Zeeks never minces his words, but they seem to have less bite than usual somehow. Well, he's behind a cage. Why is it in a cage? Because it growled at me. What happened? Can you at least tell us your side of the story, Lord Van Zeeks? What happened? How much do you already know?
We know that the inspector was shot dead in a small rented room on Fresno Street, and that you were found there by the police when they arrived on the scene and immediately arrested. We were told that there was nobody else in the room and that some witnesses heard the gunshot.
And you're well informed. There's really nothing I can add. The truth is, I don't know what happened myself. But the gunshot! Obviously you didn't fire the gun, did you? I'm not in the habit of shooting the people I work alongside. I just heard the noise, however. Before I had a chance to investigate, I was apprehended by the arriving officers. So he doesn't actually know what happened.
If I might ask, what were you doing in that place to begin with?
Don't need to answer that.
Oh.
After all, you're not representing me. He is going to need a lawyer, though. And I'm your defense. We have to defend him. It has to happen. Who's going to be representing you in court, Lord Van Zeeks? Anyone other than you, I should imagine.
Would I be right in assuming that you have no representation as yet?
Defense lawyers are shy away from any trial involving the Reaper, as I'm sure you know. But this is different. In my career, all of the defendants I have prosecuted, only 19 have ever been acquitted. Of them, 16 subsequently died in mysterious circumstances. Questions will be asked now.
Surely not.
I assure you, no defense lawyer will want to touch me with the end of a barge pole.
But you didn't actually have anything to do with those people's deaths, did you?
It's been 10 years now that I've been known as the Reaper of the Bailey. Believe me, nobody wants to know the true identity of this killer more than I. Seems things may come to a head before I have the chance to uncover the truth about that.
What does he mean by that?
Yes, the truth! We need the truth, please! Okay, Professor Harebrain's daughter. After the trial, Professor Harebrain was supposed to go straight back to Germany, I thought. The letter to inform me of his safe arrival at home, I arranged his passage by sea and rail. It's a relief, I must say. You should now be beyond the reaches of the Reaper.
Because the Reaper doesn't follow people abroad. You mean?
So Gregson had info about the deaths by the Reaper? I'm assuming so. There must have been something that Gregson knew. Or something. My thinking is Gregson and Van Zeeks were both investigating something that somebody didn't want to be found out. So they thought they'd kill two birds with one stone. Yeah, exactly. It smells like a cover-up. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Two birds with one corpse. Yeah, so it seems your stooped little Nipponese friend, for example. You told me he was keeping well in Japan when I inquired the other day. Yes, that's right. He's an author now, happily working in Tokyo.
So Professor Harebrain is safely back in Germany now?
Yes. So, it appears our conversation has run dry. There was a 2-second silence, that's all. Well, in any event, if you'll excuse me now, I wouldn't like to detain you. I was wondering, Lord Van Zeeks, if you'd like, I'd be happy to advocate for you. You trust me, do you? Yes. I've heard you speak many times in court. I've seen how you treat people, so I'm quite sure that you would never have taken another's life. It's just, my feelings can't be used as evidence in a court of law, sadly. Yeah, I don't think Van Zeeks did it. Absolutely not. It's a very gracious offer, however. I trust no one. What? Not the police. Not the judiciary. Not you Nipponese. That's fair. One of us apparently may have killed your brother. Although, maybe that was a conspiracy! But please... I have no intention of engaging your services. The chasm between us is just too wide and too deep, it seems. I'd appreciate it if you don't visit again. Then neither of us will waste any more time. Perhaps we need to dig a little deeper and find out more about Lord Van Zeeks and what happened to Inspector Gregson. Alright. I think it's time to head to the scene of the crime. Yep, looks like they were doing some underground investigation going on. Some secrets going on here. Room on Fresno Street. There's a lot of details around. This really is an out-of-the-way part of London. I doubt many people find their way down this back street. So this dust-riddled rented old room is where it happened then. Oh, wait. There's a wig?
So this is where poor Inspector Gregson lost his life?
Yes, and the police are already hard at work investigating, it seems. I don't see Mr. Sholmes anywhere, though. Perhaps his investigations have taken him elsewhere? No, he's here.
Oh, what do you think you're doing there? Every one of them drawers has gotta be taken right out so you can look underneath and all. I want the space above the ceiling checked, and don't forget to look inside the chimney stack too.
Oh man, Gina is being thorough! Dude! Gina is killing it, being killing it. She's really going there. She's like, I have to step up as a detective. We are checking everything in this room. We're checking every little nook and cranny we can find.
Mommy, ain't you lot never gone over an house looking for dough when the owners are out of town?
Oh yeah, fair. Gina's obviously got some unique investigative techniques she wants everyone to adopt.
Oh, so you turned up at last, mind you. I ain't been here long myself.
Hello again, Gina.
Sholmes has only just left. You're lucky you missed that. You want prancing around here pulling that stuff and flicking that out of his and then just scampered.
Oh, he's finished investigating already, you mean?
Yeah, he didn't stop to say nothing to no one, not even me.
Gina, would you mind if we investigated too?
Listen, Oda, you're a lawyer, right?
Yes, why?
Well, you're not thinking of trying to help that Reaper bloke, are you?
Oh, poor Gina. She's never gonna forget, is she? That trial will haunt her forever.
Gina, if you don't mind me saying, if Lord Van Six really is responsible for this crime, he will be duly and fairly judged in court. I suppose you're right, yeah. Go on then, Oda. Get investigating. I want to know the truth about what really happened here.
Thank you, Gina. Hell yeah, Gina's awesome. Gina's probably one of my favorite. Gina might be my favorite character of this entire series. Honestly, I love her. She's fantastic. Okay, let's talk to her. It's Inspector Gregson. Gina, what was Inspector Gregson doing here in the first place?
That's what I want to know. Is what, after years since I got out of the clink? That's when I decided to give up on me diving and become a detective instead.
Oh yes, Mr. Sholmes twisted the inspector's arm to agree to take you on as apprentice, didn't he?
Something like that, I think. Anyway, the point is, I didn't really know much about the boss till then. But it turns out, he's a bit of a legend in the yard.
Goodness, really?
They say he managed to solve some really tricky case, just like that.
He did?
Yep, and ever since then, he started going on all sorts of investigations, but always on his own. No one else in the yard even knows what half the cases he's working on are, apparently.
That's not how it's supposed to work, is it? So what was the legendary inspector doing in a dingy little room like this?
I know he had a lot of respect for the Reaper and all, and look where that led him.
Respect for the Reaper? In what way?
I heard him say as much. I take my hat off to that fella, or his words.
No, not how the general public feels, is it? Most people are terrified of the Reaper.
Yeah, the boss said that's exactly why he respected the bloke.
I didn't really realize Grace had held the Reaper in quite such high regard.
He said something else to me and all. That I didn't need to worry about the Reaper, cause he only goes after people who are bad. It did kind of set my mind at ease when he said that.
Right. I'm saying. What is this place then? Does anyone live here? Apparently it's been rented by some cove called Hugh Bone. Hugh Bone? uh, Boone? Boone? Hugh Boone? I see Hugh Bone. So Hugh Boone. 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 Yeah, it would have been better if it was a huge reaction, right? Hugh Boone. Hugh Boone. It's a sort of here today, gone tomorrow name, isn't it? Yeah, it's what we call an unidentified person. We haven't been able to get in touch with him. I see. Well, judging from appearances, I'd have to say this place hasn't been lived in for a long time, if ever. Right? All the lads from the yard piled down to get stuck into the investigation, but they're so little here. No one knows what to do with themselves. I do wonder. Yes, Miss Otto? Well, could it be that this Hugh Boone is in fact Inspector Gregson himself? What? How could that be? Well, if he was investigating on his own, it's quite possible that this was in fact some kind of secret office of his. That's what I'm thinking. I never even considered that. So what's this? We'll actually follow a line of inquiry like that ourselves. You are? If you look around the room, you'll see there's a few things that hint at it. We should really investigate this place in detail. Yeah. Answer that. I see that's where the poor inspector was found, over there. I can't believe he's dead. I can't. Yeah, that's right. They said it was a single bullet what did him in. Apparently the bullet went right through him and struck that candle tree on the wall. Oh yes, it's blown one of the candles apart completely. And the gun used is there on the floor. It's the Reaper's. What? Really? How do you know that? Take it easy. I don't know what to do with myself when you stare at me with them big wide eyes. I'm only saying what I heard. I don't know much about guns myself. But there's some bigwig lawman, whatever, who said so. Why don't you ask him, eh? A bigwig lawman, is it? Anyway, Fresno Street runs along under that window there. There was some street sellers just outside who opened the gun shop. Oh, but I don't recall seeing anybody outside. Yeah, they've all been taken down to the yard for questioning, that's why. We're talking about the yard's legendary inspector here. After all, they'll be getting a grilling. Do you think we might be able to speak with those street sellers ourselves? I'll doubt it. The lads of the yard will just want to know what you're snooping for, and you'll be up for a grilling and all. So we can't interview the witnesses then? Shame. Okay. Let us look around. There's plenty to look at. What is... Can I look at this? No, I can't look at the picture frames that are turned around. Okay. Fireplace? An empty fireplace makes a room feel even colder than it would be otherwise, isn't it? It's thick with dust, look. I think it would be fair to say it has been used in a very long time. In other words, whoever lived in this room must have been extremely hardy in cold weather. Or nobody lived here at all. It merely visited when the occasion arose. I wouldn't like to say which is more likely. No, that's right. It's one or the other. Okay, what about this picture? Oh, it's a photograph stand. I suppose it must be a picture of one of Inspector Gregson's family members. Ah. What is it? What's the matter? Your eyes look like they're about to pop out of your head. They are. Look, Mr. Naruto, quickly. What is it? Who is it? Why do I feel like this woman is familiar somehow? It's Mrs. Miguel! Holy shit. Oh shit. Is her husband a murderer? Of course she's familiar. We met her only this morning. Actually, we met her before, but whatever. Or her mom. Maybe. Oh no, it looks like her. Hold on. Bull. No, it's her, because she has that mole exactly the same place. Exactly the same place. It's Mrs. McGill. This makes no sense. Why would there be a picture of Miss McGill in here? Oh. Oh shit. Was Gregson working with Mr. Vigil in order to investigate the things that happened with the professor and find out about this whole conspiracy shit? Is that what was happening? Dang it, almost got that stupid nap. To be frank, I don't think I've ever been more stumped. I'm sorry to say, I have no idea either. Frame photograph has been entered into the court record. Can I look at that? I would like to look at this more, please, and thank you. No, okay, can't look at it any more than just the picture. Okay, can we look in that? No. Okay, let's look at the board here. This looks like some sort of notice board or something. And it's absolutely covered in scraps of paper. Ah, Mr. Naruto, look. This, you mean? It's an autopsy report, isn't it? Ooh. And these are case notes here, and details of prison inmates. Yes, in fact, they're all sort of documents that only a detective could normally acquire. What on earth went on in this room? Some old newspaper cuttings? Ah, and this one here. Oh yes, the advertisement, you mean? To the Red-Headed League. But why? What's it doing here? Whoever occupied this room was clearly interested in it for some reason. It wouldn't be surprising if that was, worky plays. If it was, Mr. Vigil, because he needs the money. Excuse me. Oh, Inspector. Oh, sir. Poor man, he can't possibly be able to focus on investigating when he's so upset. Okay. Can I look at this? This stool? No, I can't look at the stool. Okay. I think that's kind of important, but okay. This guy? Excuse me. Sir, can't see a thing, sir. Too many tears, sir. Right. Perhaps I'd better leave you to your work then. Interesting. This is presumably the murder weapon then. Oh my, it is real, I suppose. I think so. Guns are so rare in Japan, I really know very little about them. There's no way to know for sure, Mr. Naruto. Fire a shot. No. If I did that, I'd be looking for a skilled lawyer to represent me in court. So at least safer just to ask someone who might know, I think. Killer's revolver has been entered into the court record. Can't see a thing, sir. Didn't see a thing, sir. Yeah. Can I look at that gun, please? I would like to look at it. There's a little right there. I suppose this must have been the murder weapon. Oh my, it is real, I suppose. I think so. Guns are so rare in Japan. I really know very little about them. Perhaps someone more familiar with firearms could shed a light on things here. Okay, let me look at... Can I look in the barrel or no? No. No, nothing particularly stands out. Okay. Alright. Oh, what's this?
It's would be hard to be a little model policeman. It's rather charming, isn't it? In a way.
Seeing as it's on the floor here, do you think it belonged to Inspector Gregson?
It's a little hard to imagine Lord Van Zeek's playing with something like this.
It's only about 8 centimeters high. Could have fallen out of someone's pocket, I suppose. I think we should record it as evidence, just in case.
Yes, I agree. It is rather delightful after all, in a way.
Okay, I would like to look at that, please, and thank you. Salmon. Yeah, big old schnauz.
The helmet of this charming policeman appears to be a little worse for wear.
I'm not convinced about the charming part, but yes, you're right. The head part looks like it's been been fairly heavily manhandled, almost as if somebody has enjoyed twisting it around and around for fun. Shall we try twisting it around and around too for fun? Can we? Oh, a secret? Oh! What's that?
It appears to be some sort of key.
But it's tiny though. It couldn't be a key for a door, not that size. So what is it for, I wonder? Ooh! Secret key! Secret key. Interesting. Interesting! Man, that's like secret spot kind of shit. Ever since we came in here, I can't take my eyes off of this thing.
Oh, funnily enough, neither can I.
It's a hairpiece, isn't it?
It is! A bright red headpiece.
And I suppose the fact that it's right there next to where the body was found means we have to accept that Inspector Gregson wore wigs, does it?
And in such a flame-colored red too.
Yes, that's a color we've come across very recently elsewhere, isn't it?
Exactly. This is the vital clue, I'm sure of it.
Okay. That means he was also investigating the red-headed stuff? Top of one of the candles in this candle holder has been completely blown off.
Yes, there's wax spatter on the wall behind it, look.
I suppose if a bullet had hit it.
It does seem likely the bullet hit the candle, having first passed through the inspector's body.
Ugh, now that wax on the wall looks like blood to me. Candelabra has been entered into the court record. Why is it like this, though? Why is it one looks like it's like the one that got blown up was... Okay. Ah, there are some black marks here, look.
Yes, they look like some sort of scorch marks.
So perhaps a bullet struck the candle here, do you think? It's only this one candle that's been cracked in half, it seems.
Yes, I think you might be right. Firearms are rarely used by criminals in Japan, so I'm afraid I'm not particularly knowledgeable about them.
Okay, but nothing about the fact that the other candles are shorter? Okay. So I suppose this is where the victim...
That's right, the rope is laid around the body to show exactly how it was found. Poor Inspector Gregson himself has already been taken away.
It would probably be under Dr. Sith's scalpel by now, if not for what happened last week.
From the shape of the rope, it would appear that the inspector was curled up in a ball. Are you feeling alright, Mr. Naruto? You look like you've just seen a ghost.
I know it's just a rope, but well, it conjures up quite a terrifying image, that's all. Especially with that bloodstain next to it.
Oh, I do understand. In some ways, what we picture in our minds can be even worse than reality.
Susanna-san is so strong, though. She's taken this far better than I am. I feel like that's important, because, like, if this is where he would have been having to be standing up and it would have hit his head. It's not bleeding from where his head would be. Huh. Hey, something going on here. Excuse me. If you're looking down on us from the great beyond expected, don't worry. We'll look after things at the yard. I've interrupted some deep thoughts here. Okay. Somebody's very haphazardly nailed those boards over the broken glass, haven't they? You couldn't really call it a window anymore.
Well, if you remember the window in Mr. Natsumi's room, that would totally blocked up with bricks. This one does at least still have in some light, so you can
say nothing more about it. I'm starting to feel even more sorry for Mr. Natsumi now. Okay. That's everything. Can we present some of the stuff we found to... Present about this? Oh, that business? Yep, Dr. Lestrad's soon had that one buttoned up. I thought it was Mr. Sholmes who led that pair into a trap, wasn't it? Listen, Oda. It ain't easy going from East End Dive to Scotland Yard detective, right? But anyway, it's a Paul charm, ain't it? Being a bit loose with the truth when it helps. That's wrong for so many reasons. Maybe I should get out of Mr. Red Stones about me. Adventures of Inspector Lestrade. Okay, that doesn't really help. Okay. Nothing. Okay. Okay. Who could we talk to that knows more about guns? Okay, nobody's here. Our Chief Justice? 1st of November, British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. We've made good time. I took express train back to London. Who's he talking to? I can hear Lord Strongheart, can you?
Yes, it sounds as though he's talking to someone.
Oh shit. My god. What is happening? Is everything in place? At a private apartment on the train so I could check all the paperwork. It's Kazama. Your timing is impeccable. It is? No doubt you have heard the sickening news about the Reaper's latest devilry. Yes.
I'm sure you don't believe it, of course, though, Lord Strongheart. That Lord Van Zeeks could have done such a thing to Inspector Gregson?
believe only in the facts. And the facts in this case point to one thing. The unavoidable accusal of Lord Van Zeeks for this crime. We will spring charges against the Reaper for taking the life of our legendary detective.
Oh no, surely not.
It's a truly regrettable situation. Tomorrow, the forensic science symposium finally begins. At the very least, though, we can show the world our justice system's swift and equitable process. So does that mean the trial is tomorrow? Precisely. In fact, this is a fine opportunity for introductions. Cosmo. Ah, but of course you're already acquainted, aren't you? Mr. Togi will be present at tomorrow's proceedings. Leading the prosecution. I knew it! He's gonna be a prosecutor! Oh my god! We're gonna be up against Kazuma! Oh, this is gonna be sick! This is gonna be sick! Oh, it's gonna be such a sick trial. Oh! This makes me upset that next weekend I'm gonna be out, so I can't stream. I also was thinking that. I was thinking like, our physics is gonna be framed for something, and as soon as we found out Kazuma was the apprentice, it's like yeah. Wait, what? Kazuma? As I'm sure you're aware, he's a very capable practitioner of law.
Kazuma-sama, a prosecutor?
Man. Tomorrow's trial. So you can imagine what tomorrow's trial will be closely followed all over London. In fact, no. People all over the Empire will be watching closely. See how it unfolds. There's no salvation for anyone in a trial prosecuted by the Reaper of the Bailey, and now the Reaper himself must stand in the dock. Quite so. Public wants answers about the Reaper. Answers about how and why those who escaped conviction subsequently died mysterious deaths.
But Lord Van Zeeks firmly denies any involvement in such matters. And there have been thorough investigations that have proven him to be innocent.
That's certainly true. Or it has been, at least until now.
Ah.
No, tomorrow's trial will mark the start of a new chapter in our country's great judicial history. Prosecutor Sogi. So Cosmo will be prosecuting tomorrow? That's right.
But he's a defense lawyer, Lord Strongheart.
Accomplished young law practitioners cannot pick and choose the rules. And imagine what it will mean for the prosecution to know the strategies commonly employed by the defense. A devastating combination, would you agree?
Absolutely.
I have no doubt at all that Cosmo will be razor sharp as a prosecutor.
But why Kazuma-sama? There are surely many other highly skilled prosecutors in Great Britain.
It's a personal request. I asked to be assigned to the trial. You asked for this? But why? It'll all become clear tomorrow. I'm guessing you intend to stand for the defense, don't you? Although, Reaper appears to be turning down all offers of representation.
I'm surprised such a personal request would have been upheld. It seems unprecedented, quite exceptional in fact.
You are quite right, Miss Mikotoba. Tomorrow's trial will be unprecedented and exceptional in every way. After all, the accused is one of Britain's greatest prosecutors, the pride of the Empire. It would be unwise to give the public a reason to perceive it as a judiciary closing ranks. So that's why you're happy to let a foreigner handle the prosecution? Inosuke, let's see how your skills have been honed. After practicing law on this land for so many months. Kazuma, I don't understand why you're being so hostile to me now. This isn't going to end well, my friend. Damn. Killer's gone. Oh yes, we noticed that there was a gun at the scene of Inspector Gregson's death. Do you know if it belongs to Lord Van Zeeks? That'd be a question for the lead detective investigating the scene. Well, the thing is, she wasn't sure, so she told me I should ask somebody higher up who might know.
That's right, Mr. Naruhodo. Be direct.
Certainly my message to all personnel involved in law enforcement, yes. Which includes prosecutors, as I'm sure you can imagine.
In that case, it could actually have belonged to the victim.
No, Gregson had his own gun on his person. What about Lord Van Zeeks? He claims it's currently not in his possession. What? According to his story, he lost it. In short, it's more than a little suspicious. So it was stolen. Kazuma was working as an apprentice. Kind of sus. Kind of sus going on here, Kazuma.
Just because the gun in question is the same type as the defendant's, it's no proof that it's actually his.
Of course not. Nevertheless, the situation is great for Lord Van Zeeks. Can we talk to you, buddy? Can we talk? Sorry for all the worry I've caused you, but it'll be alright now. Has your memory completely returned? Yes, completely. I remember everything. Including what I was coming here to do. Right. Which was what? Which was what? Go! Yeah, he's on its anti-hero.
That's what's up. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you alive and well like this. But why did you come to be here in London when you were suffering from amnesia?
It was the voice. This past year, I've been hearing it in my head constantly, saying the same thing, over and over. Go to London. That's where your destiny awaits. It was that voice that guided me here to London. Okay.
I'm so sorry for what's happened.
You know what would be hilariously ironic? Genshin was trying to achieve a revolution. Seems that she targeted aristocrats. Kazuma is trying to cleanse the justice system, perhaps. Kazuma is doing the same thing after he decried his father's actions. Yeah, I don't know, it's crazy. There's a lot more to this that we still don't know. Yeah, and it's driving me absolutely nuts. Or maybe it was Strongheart. I mean, it's obviously Strongheart has this whole, like, it's a huge big conspiracy, and Strongheart is the one who wants to. Strongheart could have asked him to take the gun. He may have not known what the gun was going to be used for. Until maybe now. But
I don't know. Sorry for what has happened.
Anyway, the memory might have returned to me. But there's something that won't return to the way it was before. Huh? What do you mean? I'm a prosecutor now, so I'm sure our paths will cross again very soon. Man. It doesn't look like we're going to glean it much more here. Well, thank you very much, Lord Strongheart. Remember, tomorrow's trial will go down in our empire's history. There's much you can learn from the public gallery. Sorry to have taken up so much of your time. We'll see ourselves out.
Hold it!
Oh. Before you go, Ryunosuke, Oh, what is it, Kazuma? I just wouldn't. Thank you.
Kazuma-sama, what?
You took my determination to art and brought it with you over the ocean in my steed. And you carried out my role to perfection.
You always were intent on studying British law in order to change our own judicial system. It was your dream, and Mr. Naruto didn't want that to die with you.
Yes, but I had another purpose for coming here.
Oh.
You just tell us! I actually have a favor to ask, which is, this trial I'll be prosecuting tomorrow. I'd like you to be there to see how it ends, right in front of me. As an defense counsel. Why? What's this all about? I know you have what it takes.
But Lord Van Zieks would never put his fate in my hands.
On the contrary, he recognizes your talent.
He does?
It's not easy to see behind the facade sometimes. Yeah, now look at this. Oh no! Oh, no, is that supposed to be his brother? But back when he was like, holy... Stop! Stop! That's mean! You gonna make me cry! Oh my god! You're gonna make me cry, game! That's not fair! Oh my god!
That's Lord Van Zieks and Inspector Gregson. In a photograph that must have been taken some time ago by the look of it.
And who's the third person? It's clearly his brother. It was displayed very prominently in the detective's office. In Gregson's office, you mean? Yes. What I'm trying to say is, I really think you can trust the Reaper. You might find that some straight talking makes him take a different view. Take it. Okay. I don't understand. Why are you giving me this? Just hurry, Ryunosuke. Visiting hours at the prison are almost over. What are you doing, Kazuma? What are you doing, Kazuma? Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay. Back to the prison. Shankar, we brought a picture for you to cry about. Lord Van Zieks is still reading that letter.
We've been gone quite some time, though.
Either he's incredibly slow reader or it's an incredibly long letter. Might even be able to read English faster than he can. He's probably just rereading the letter over and over again. I was intending to ignore you entirely, but I can't turn a deaf ear to such an insulting news. Oh, sorry. I didn't think you'd hear that. I thought you were hard of hearing. I had the case notes brought to me in secret. I was reading them to pass the time. Oh, can I have a peek at Dr. Right.
Yes, we heard that your trial is set for tomorrow.
Which is none of your business. So, have you found a lawyer? How many times must I reiterate the same thing? It's nothing to do with you. In other words, no.
We were just talking to Lord Strongheart and the prosecutor for your trial has been decided.
I'd expect nothing less, though I have no idea who it is. It's going to be Kazuma Asoki. Asoki? That made the color drain from his face. Well then. Seems I'm going to have to engage in conversation with you again after all. Okay. 10 years ago, my older brother, who was the director of the prosecutions at the time, was murdered. And the killer, as you know, was a visiting student from the far east. Not a single day goes by why I don't curse the name Asogi.
Kenshin Asogi was Kazuma-sama's father.
So it's cruel twist of fate it is now, 10 years later. Man's son is to crucify me in some kangaroo court. I still don't understand why Lord Strongheart... apprehends Cosmo to you. Apprenticed him to you. It's what he does. No doubt he knew of the young man's true identity from the outset.
But what could he have been hoping to achieve?
And let's not forget that it was only 8 days ago that Cosmo recovered from his amnesia. Why would Lord Strongheart assign this child to somebody like that? Sogi. That name is the very epitome of my bane. The bane that is Uniponese. Right. You hatred of all us Japanese. Uniponese bane. I'd only just been appointed as prosecutor when it happened 10 years ago. My brother Clint, the director of prosecutions, was hunting down a mass murderer, the so-called professor. Assigned to the investigation was his partner. Was a certain visiting student dispatched from Scotland Yard. And that was Genshin Asogi. Oh shit, so they were... Oh shit! Yeah, I think Asogi absolutely got framed. Asogi was fucking framed. Oh my god. Oh my god. Cause you don't do that. That's stupid. If Asogi was really a mass murderer, you don't go and kill, like, your partner that you're working with to investigate stuff. Like, that's just stupid. That's plain stupid. You don't do that. So, he was framed. The plot thickens. I bet it was Strongheart. I bet this whole thing has to do with Strongheart. I think he's the one who killed those aristocrats to try to rebuild the justice system in Britain, which then included having to kill his brother. Because his brother was probably on his tail with Genshin Asogi, and that's what they're doing again! They're doing it again! Right now, they're trying to do 2 birds with 1 stone. They're trying to kill Gregson, and then blame it on Lord Van Zeeks. Because they're also on Strongheart's tail. They have to be. Has to be it. Exactly. I developed a deep respect for the man. He seemed noble-minded and chivalrous in the extreme to me. But none of us saw the true nature of the man. So I lost everything when it happened. My esteemed brother, the people I believed in, and any semblance of right prevailing over wrong.
Oh, how awful.
To avenge my brother, I prosecuted Asogi's trial. He wouldn't ordinarily have been allowed, but I beguiled the ascribed prosecutor until he consented.
What did you mean? What do you mean by the ascribed prosecutor?
The man in charge of the professor case inquiry. Lord Male Strongheart. Oh, shit, boy. Of course. Of course he was. Wait, what? Lord Strongheart? He was a highly accomplished prosecutor, but he agreed to relinquish the trial to me and act as my advisor instead. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Since that time, he is the only person to whom I felt indebted.
I'm sure he must have seen your zeal for the case and recognized your potential as a prosecutor.
This plot! About the mobile, right? Oh my gosh, it's clear Strongheart used Van's... He used him! He used him in his time of grief and anger to point the blame at Asogi, at Yonshin Asogi. I can't believe this. This is so crazy. Anyway, time passed, but then earlier this year, you should arrive in London, but you. And, of all things, as a lawyer. I felt your animosity the first time I ever faced you in the courtroom. Your obvious deep loathing of us Japanese. I kept telling myself it was illogical. But for so many years, the hatred had festered inside me. I could no longer control it. And I can understand why. Now I know the history. So anyway, I would like to defend you. In the same way that I have long felt the Nipponese to be the bane of my life. To Kazuma Sogi, I am the bane of his. The Reaper who sent his father to the gallows. He is looking for revenge, and he intends to take it in court tomorrow. Man. Gregson's transferred the Paris police. Oh, right! Right, I forgot about that! That he was getting transferred to Paris! I forgot about that. Gregson transferred the Paris police prefecture had finally been arranged for the coming month. But he'll never make it to France now. It's a tragedy. Oh yes, come to think of it, he did mention something about that, didn't he?
I wonder, does it happen often? Being transferred internationally, I mean.
It's the first I've ever encountered it.
Oh.
Paris police welcoming an English detective is almost inconceivable. I can't imagine what kind of magic Gregson must have worked to put that arrangement in place. Sounds like that mystery has even the Reaper perplexed.
I'm afraid to say that we were very ignorant about Inspector Gregson's standing. We hear that he was considered something of a legend at Scotland Yard.
Again, 10 years ago that he first made a name for himself by uncovering a decisive piece of evidence that exposed the professor's identity. If it wasn't for Gregson's singular approach to the case, the discovery would have never been made. What sort of approach? After my brother's life was taken, the inspector pushed for a full autopsy. Ooh.
Oh my, 10 years ago?
Why is that so surprising? Because autopsy was considered a desecration of the body at the time and rarely performed. My mother was, of course, a noble. That made the idea of it even more unthinkable. Something Gregson had dug up in his investigations made him determined it was necessary. His powerful conviction somehow influenced the House of Lords, and as a result, I could avenge my brother's death. What was the piece of evidence? So you must have had great confidence in the inspector's abilities, then.
And it's even more inconceivable that you would have taken his life.
Don't have confidence in anyone.
Oh.
I'm sure Gregson felt the same way. I've no doubt he thought of me only as the Omnious Reaper, just like the rest of London. No, I don't think so. The picture! The picture! What really went on between Lord Van Zeeks and Gregson, I wonder? What was the true nature of their relationship? Okay, let's talk about your gun first. About the gun used to shoot the inspector that was found at the scene. Ah, yes, that's not mine. Really? Because common opinion seems to be that it is. What do you expect me to say to that?
Lord Shankard informed us that you claim to have misplaced your firearm.
As embarrassing as that is, I'm afraid it's true. When did you lose it then? That, I don't know.
Oh.
I was issued with a revolver when I first became a prosecutor 10 years ago. I must have stowed it somewhere, I suppose, or left it somewhere, perhaps.
You have something in common with Lord Van Zeeks, after all, Mr. Naruto. A talent for misplacing things.
No, there's nothing to do with me. Don't drag me into it. Don't make the mistake of associating me with this Nipponiese.
Oh dear. The rift is very wide, isn't it?
So it's not decisive evidence, clearly, but it doesn't look good. That's for sure. Okay. It's time to present the picture. Lord Van Zeeks, we came by this old photograph. Where did you get that? It was taken when I became a qualified prosecutor. It's almost unbelievable. I seem it was long lost. Is the man on the left there? Yes, that's my brother. Lit. Details of Gregson's photograph has been updated. Go, thank you. It had to be, really. Apparently, this picture was prominently displayed in Gregson's office. He had a deep respect for you, you know? Were you aware of that? Respect? That's nonsense! No, we've heard someone attest to it very clearly. Inspector Gina Lestrade, no less. Well, maybe once, yes. But at the time, things were like that. We were brothers in arms, jovially discussing the future of justice and other such lofty subject matter. It was a nice glimpse of the past. I thank you. I feel as though I got a nice glimpse of the past then too. There was a glimmer of light in his eyes, a brief twinkle, an insight into the true nature of this man known to all as the stone-cold Reaper of the Bailey. So, we gonna sign this paperwork so I can defend you? Mr. Naruto. Oh! That's the first time he's ever used my actual name. I've lost all confidence in my country's justice system. I don't trust the police, the judiciary, the lawyers. But there's still one thing I'm willing to believe in. What's that? That which you see in the eyes of another across the courtroom. Simple determination to know the truth. Look, Lord Van Zeeks. From the very first time we clashed in the Bailey almost a year ago now, I couldn't deny it, even though I dearly wished I could. Here is a loathsome Nipponese with absolute integrity. Absolute integrity as a lawyer. There are only two other men I've known with the same look in their eyes. My brother, Clint, and Genshin Osoki. The man he idolized, the man who betrayed his trust in the most heinous way. When you showed me that photograph just now, it reminded me. You mean this photograph? Look at this photograph! Yes, progress! Back then I was able to laugh. I was free of the shackles of mistrust that plague me now. I look to the future with hope. Since then, I've protected myself against betrayal by refusing to trust anyone. But at times, the mere will into which I've sunk makes it almost impossible to breathe. I'm so sorry. So, Mr. Naruto, I want to believe in that look in your eyes. I need to believe in it. In tomorrow's trial, will you advocate for me? Of course I will. It would be an honor. Yeah. Chills. I'm so pleased, Mr. Naruto. And my life is in your hands. For Lord Van Zeeks, that must have been an incredibly hard thing to ask, which is why I simply cannot let the man down tomorrow in the Old Bailey against my old friend, Kazuma. Oh my god! Oh, yep, that's gonna be the end of this part of the chapter. Oh my god! I'm so good. I think we should stop here for tonight. just because that's a really good place to stop. And yeah, let's go to the screen. Yeah. I'm gonna be super confused the next time I play this again, unfortunately, because I have a convention next weekend. So I won't be able to play. But I'll have to go right into a trial the weekend after that. So I'll be a bit lost for a bit, but I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm so excited for more. I can't wait to play more. Man, so many things. So I have a theory a bit. I don't think Gregson's dead. I don't think Gregson's dead. I can't believe he's dead. I think it's Mr. Vigil. I think it's Mr. Vigil who's dead. I think he's dead. I think. I feel like it has to be. I don't know. I can't accept Gregson being dead. I can't. It hurts too much. Maybe McGilda's dead. I don't know. Everyone is alive. Honestly, that's what we're at this point. No one dies. Oh my gosh. I don't want Gregson to die though. Poor Gina. Oh my gosh. I feel so bad for Gina. I love Gina. I don't want Gregson to die. Gregson's like a father to her. Like, no. It's not allowed. Not allowed. I don't know. I'm very curious. There's definitely a lot of things that just are not adding up to what has happened. Like the whole where the candle got shot, but then it's like, okay, but that's not where blood should be, and that's not how somebody should fall if they got shot in the head. That's not how you fall. You don't start curling up into a ball. That's how you would if you got shot, like, in the stomach, like, in the torso. You'd, like, curl up, because you're like, oh god, I got shot, and curl up into a ball. So it doesn't really make sense. I don't know. There's so many questions. So many questions. Need the answers. Where's Sholmes? Where did Sholmes disappear to? Where did Sholmes disappear to? He was investigating and then he just disappeared. It's like, come on, man. We need you. We need you, man. Come on. Oh, man. Oh, man. I can't with this. Oh my gosh. Oh, think about it. I don't know, man. There's so much to think about. I can't. My brain is like exploding. Uh. I have no idea. I don't know. There's so many little pieces that we're just missing, and it's just like, come on, man. Come on. We're just missing a couple little things. Just couple little things. Of just like, I don't know. It is crazy. Like Child Clint comes back. Her brain invents a time machine. Oh my god. Man, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Hairbrain and Shams team up to create a time machine. Man, oh man, oh man. Oh god. Just dying here. Oh god. I'm so excited for more. I wanna know. I wanna know. Oh, I need to know what is happening. What is happening? What has happened to Gregson? I need to know. Oh yeah, we need to tap into the occult stuff. We're missing the occult stuff from the original games. We need the occults back. We need to talk to ghosties. Oh yeah, no. Don't full yeah. Zero Time Dilemma, the third game? Yeah, no. Don't do that. No. No, never again. Not again, not again. Oh my gosh, no thank you. It really shouldn't. It I can barely even remember that game, honestly. It just absolutely baffled me of like what happened. That's like how I feel. um um oh gosh. It was just so baffling. I'm just like, who's this person? And I can't even. I have a better time trying to explain JoJo's Bizarre Adventure to somebody than I do trying to explain the ending of Zero Time Dilemma. Right? Oh gosh, there's so many things. There's just so many things. Just would have been better off with no third game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't understand. What? Why did they go this weird path for the third game? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. See, the thing is, the first game I actually really liked. Like, it was much more, like, a simple idea of, okay, tapping into this other sort of dimension to speak to people that you are connected to through time and stuff like that. It's like, yeah. Yes. But at least, yeah, the first game was made so much more sense. Yeah, Connie is a good character. Yeah. Like, everything in the first game was really well-rounded. Like, honestly, after the first game, they didn't need a second game. They didn't need any more. The second game was really interesting about, like, them kind of expanding on the ideas from the first game and adding a few more things, but at least those few things were actually, like, plausible things, like with cloning and stuff like that. At least that's a plausible thing. Not so much literal time travel, like, not even, like, with the whole, you know, connecting with your brains and shit. Physically time traveling and making a copy of yourself. That's insane. The second game was very interesting. It had so many twists and turns in the second game. I feel like the second game could have been its own game. Like, you get what I mean? Like, yeah. The whole weird alien, like, machine thing, that just, what? 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 That really was, like, the last straw of that whole thing. Was just, what? Yeah, it was so out of left field. Of just like, what do you mean aliens? You never mentioned aliens. What? What? Like, there was never any sort of mention of aliens before. Even that in the third game, they never mentioned anything involving with aliens. There was the fact that they were doing a test mission thing like on Mars or something, but nothing about aliens. Like, what do you mean? There could have been anything. There could have been some semblance of like, oh yeah, this was an event back in 19 whatever thing of this whole alien like they could have had anything of like leading up to that, but no, it was just like alien machine. It's here. It exists. And it's like, why? Why is it here? Oh, right. And they've never brought up aliens before. That's what frustrates me. It's like there was never any mention of aliens by any of the characters. Ever. Even when we were on the moon. On the moon in the second game. Nothing about aliens. Nothing. I feel like what they should have done is leave the first game by itself. Just keep it together. That's it. That's the whole thing. The second game, again, could have been it's like a whole separate cast of characters, right? It could have been completely different, but kept all the sort of themes, right? So it could have kept all these sort of same themes. Right. It's like, no. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. They did. They said we made the second game pretty complicated. Now we gotta take the third game and just up it up to 11. Right. Especially for gameplay wise. Like, I think first game, like, the gameplay wise, definitely 8 out of 10. Second game, gameplay wise, I would even say second game, gameplay wise, was a 9 out of 10. Third, there was barely any gameplay. It felt just, what? It didn't feel like the same sort of game style as the other ones. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna look it up. Why? Okay, hold on. Because I feel like it had to be some kind of switch in the company. Escape. Virtues. Yes, better. Virtues. Mass reward. Why was it so? Why was it so bad? Yeah. Why is Virtue's Last Reward considered the series? Virtue's Last Reward up to have a much slower pace than 9 and 9, and it does not work at all. There's so much fluff and repeated dialogue. Yeah, there's so much repeating stuff. It just in the game, yeah, I don't know. I feel like something had to change with whoever the writers and stuff are, because it just, yeah, the dead timelines, no action, yeah. 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 And how they had it set up too, it was just so annoying. Like with the other games, it had a particular set of timelines, right? So you were like, okay, I need to go down this route. I haven't gone down this route yet. I need to go down this route. It was very clear of like, okay, I have to make this choice to get to this part to get to the next choice. Right. And even when you got a bad end, a lot of times it would give you clues. It would give you information of what to do for the next go through. It gave you a bit of information, a bit of something of the whole picture. Right. And it was so confusing. Like I said, with how the other two games were set up, yeah, how the other games were set up with the whole like tree basically of like, okay, you make this choice, you make this choice, you make this choice, then you get to this ending. Yeah. I think they really messed it up with having 3 points of view. Because they had it as 3 points of view, and it didn't work. It just did not work. It was confusing, and just, it made it so difficult to figure out, okay, which timeline am I in? Where am I? Where am I in the timelines? It just didn't make sense. Oh, God. No, I don't think Ace Attorney is gonna do that to us. I don't think so. The Ace Attorney Chronicles are not gonna do that to us. They're not gonna throw something very random and very just like out of universe. I don't know how to even say it. They're not gonna just throw aliens out there. The only time I would say that happens is during Mr. Sholmes's little spiels. It's like, it's a gravity thing. It's like, no, it's not. That's a bomb. That's a bomb, Sholmes. That's not a gravity reverser thing. It's a bomb. Oh god. Yeah, I could spend forever talking about how bad Virtue's Last Reward was. I don't understand why. What happened? Just what happened? What happened with that game? Like, for real, like, the art style was different. Like, I don't understand what happened. It's so dumb. And some of the characters were just stupid. I don't know. The only thing that's good about the game was the dog. Except for the timeline that the dog died. That was dumb, yeah. Gab was the dog. Gab was the only good thing. Gab was the good boy. He was a good boy. He was just a good old boy. Right? Oh my god. Everything just so dumb. Oh gosh. All the characters just didn't feel right. Like, Akane and Junpei just felt so weird. All the characters just felt weird. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Oh my, okay, I just was looking at the community page for the Steam for Zero Time Dilemma. I will say this is fucking clever. I will say this. So you know the title, right? The title Zero Time Dilemma. Do you remember one of the themes of that game was anagrams? If you switch up the wordings of Zero Time Dilemma, it says, me, I'm Zero, I'm Delta. That's a little crazy. I do like it when games do that, where it's like, the answer is right in your face. Right? Oh my god. Uh... I like this person's review. Said I loved 999, but hated VLR Virtue's Last Reward. This isn't hyperbole. 999 is one of my absolute favorite adventure games, but VLR seemed hugely disappointing in every aspect. The writing, the puzzles, the character models, even the voice acting. Whereas 999 seemed at least vaguely possible, but this is assuming in-universe logic and certain anime-ish conceits. VLR seems to operate on a sort of idiot plot, where the only thing moving the story forward is the cast of characters who are too stupid and psychopathic to cooperate with one another. That is on point. Oh god. Yeah, plot. Yeah, being pushed, just moving the story forward is the cast of characters that are too stupid and psychopathic to cooperate with each other. Absolutely correct. They are so stupid. Oh my god. It's so dumb. I don't know. It's insane. It's insane. Oh god. God. I don't understand. I don't understand how, like, the first two games of the series were so good, and then they were like, let's just throw this garbage out and say something. I don't know. That's funny. Sorry. Okay, see ya. Alright, that is going to be the end of tonight's stream. We spent a lot of time just discussing about Reggie's Last Reward. I can't help it. It was not a fun game, honestly. I was trudging through that game. Anyway, I'm excited for more of the Great Ace Eternity Chronicles. I am super excited for more, but I am going to be out next week. So it'll be the week after, unfortunately, which sucks for everybody because I want to know what happens and I'm so curious. Like, anyway, that's gonna be it for tonight. Thanks for joining, hanging out, watching, whatever. Goodbye. Bye.